Saskatchewan and Team Canada meeting in this 1-2 page playoff game here at the Scotties in Charlottetown. Time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Tim Hortons. Celebrate 25 years of Roll Up the Rim to Win. Looking for a fourth straight Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Team Canada out of the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg. Skipped by Jennifer Jones with Dawn Askin, Jill Officer, and Caitlin Laws throwing the third stone. Saskatchewan from the Chrono Curling Club just southeast of Regina. Skipped by Amber Holland with just the 2 losses all week. Heather Kalinchuk. Tammy Schneider is a story. She's slightly injured. We'll update you on that. And throwing the third stone, Kim Schneider. With Saskatchewan's superior record of 9-2, Amber Holland had the choice of stones. She's elected to take yellow rocks, a selection from different sheets. She also has the hammer here in the first end of play. Team Canada is playing the red and settling in to get us underway here on this Friday night in Charlottetown. The Team Canada lead is Dawn Askin.
These two teams have given us a lot of entertainment over the course of the week, a lot of great shots. When it comes down to the single sheet, though, we do have to talk experience, because it is Amber Holland, who did not make the playoffs last year, does not have this kind of experience, and Jennifer Jones has a ton of it. And there's, you know, you can say all the things about what you need to do out there, but it's not that easy when you haven't been there.
Exactly, and you know, Linda, we both have been there. We talked about that most of the afternoon. It is different, and how are they going to handle that? They could rise to the occasion. It could make them even better, but in a lot of cases, teams tend to play that little bit worse.
Mine's pretty good.
But she has built on some success, don't you think? Winning a tour championship. That gets into a pre-trial. She goes to a curling trials looking for a spot in Vancouver. She builds on the lack of a playoff spot a year ago. Here she is, the best team all week. I mean, hasn't she risen to the occasion? Hasn't she used some of that experience?
Well, she has in those events, Vic, but this is just a little different. And we talk about kinds of experience. The one thing, if Amber can do it, if the team from Saskatchewan can do it, if you use that experience and don't think about the trophy and the outcome and what's at stake in this game, if you can stick to your game and your routines, fantastic. But as I say, sometimes that's just hard to do.
And it sounds like a cliche, Linda, the stay in the routine, but you have to. You have no choice. That's what takes the pressure away. You think all the time, communicate, talk out there. We always used to say, make sure we're talking. Keep it going. Talk about the past. Talk about the different rocks. Talk about the different releases. Think about the changes in the ice, and you don't have time to get nervous.
Well, as you might expect, Team Canada is not going to let you go here. In fact, Saskatchewan right around with their first, so they sit shot stone top 4, and then the try at the angle freeze by Dawn Askin. This is Heather Kalinchuk.
So this is Jennifer's style of game, and the point that I was making is that's fine for a little while for Amber to stick with this plan, try to match the angles, the freezes, but there is a point you must recognize, and you cannot keep going. You have to make sure you leave yourself a chance to score.
All right, I'll be interested here.
Good call.
Both of you keep in mind the way you would play this. At some point in time, you just say now, and we'll see if she agrees with you, okay, when it comes to clearing up the front.
How much? 10. Yeah. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Really hard.
Hitting the back one.
Hard. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard. Go, Dawn. Sorry, Jill. Go.
Getting ready to throw now is the Saskatchewan second, Tammy Schneider. Mentioned she was injured, Brian.
Yeah, Vic, I had a chance to talk with Tammy before this game. During the final day of round-robin play, she actually got tripped up with her sister, Kim, and she went into the ice with her knee and with her elbow. Now, she said she couldn't even feel her elbow for about 20 seconds, has a big welt on her knee, and says it actually hurts a little bit when she slides out on it. She did take a game off to try and rest up. This morning, she did have some massage on it, and she said she wouldn't miss this game for the world, but it is a bit uncomfortable when she does slide out and throw the stone. Vic.
So we'll keep an eye on the Saskatchewan second, Tammy Schneider. That kind of thing could alter your delivery.
It does, Vic, and it's sometimes just that little moment where you feel the pain coming forward. All of us that had bad knees over the years, it was that moment when you hit the ice and transferred the weight, and it's hard not to flinch and change your delivery if it really is painful.
Oh, easy. Clean only. Whoa. No, 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 no.
Cracking down the inside-out path here.
Joe Officer and the shot stone. The shooter will roll to the back edge of the 12th, but just hanging on. Shot stone remains
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
On your first one too.
And they do have the last rock.
Yeah. 85.
Now the difficulty with what's happening is there is not a big range for this stone to be to get 2 points. And what they have to do is ensure they don't keep this too high in the house, because remember, there can be successive hits, which will mean the rock comes forward about a foot each time, and eventually there could be a double left. So this is a tricky way to try and generate your points.
But all brought on by Dawn Askins as usual. She made the perfect come around around her rock, which was perfect. Didn't quite freeze it, so there's a little extra room, but here we go, as Linda points out, it's tough to put it in the right spot.
Sit and roll. Here's great. Okay. Here. I was doing it all the time, but it's on center.
Wonderful numbers for the rookie.
It's a great debut for Caitlin Laws, former Canadian champion, junior champion.
Hard. Really hard. You gotta go. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get it. Okay. Here you go.
Very
Well,
thin
that's
double.
there. It's pretty thin. Okay. I don't mind it. Okay. Either
The
that or
option
just
would be
here.
to hit and roll.
Think I like that. 9.5. Let's go.
That red rock, top of the 8, dead buried by Dawn Askins is what's causing all the problems here. If Kim can hit a quarter of this rock, she can stick the double, but if not, she's going to roll across the top. Worse still, if you hit it dead on, you're going to set up a double on that buried yellow rock. Has to roll buried here.
Good, clean. Good.
Well, they didn't try for the roll. They didn't brush it for the roll.
Play that. Sure? What do you like? I don't know. Or you play that double.
It's not bad. Or you could just run it and roll the... Can we just run that one back and
Yeah,
roll?
you can run it back too.
Two
Not
choices.
this?
Red straight back or the yellow double.
Or better.
Danger here is if you hit it a little on the broom side, you might just take your own, leave the yellows.
You could hit the yellow open one again and just sit there and sort of toss it back in Amber's court.
Be safer.
Really hard.
Boy, Officer Naskin
Real hard.
jumped it right out of her hand,
Yep.
trying to hold the line, and they did. Nice shot. Raised rock will spin out the side. Shooter spins to the edge of the 12, but the shot stone at the moment is Team Canada. Top edge of the 4, wide open.
Sorry, Jen. That's okay.
But this is really the best thing for Amber. When we talked about the
That's the only
mistakes
thing.
that Saskatchewan made, we said it was when the house got closed down. This is a beautiful picture now without that front red one. Lots of room to roll and still sit 2.
Without really making any heroic shots, they now have a chance to control their
Hard.
deuce.
9-6. Hard. Hard. Quick. Quick. Clean in. Clean in.
And they roll it away just a little bit to sit 2 with last rock here in the first.
Okay, done. A 10.
So much of the focus this week, of course, on that Wednesday night game against
Right behind
Manitoba.
Jill, even
Team Canada playing
half
their
around was pretty
former teammate, Kathy Overton Clapham, and Manitoba winning. But boy, what a bounce back for Team Canada yesterday. 2
Little left.
impressive wins to lock up second place with the record of 8-3.
It's like she knows the round robin is about to finish and just turns it on. Just fantastic performances yesterday.
Yeah! Hard! Hard! Really hard! Yes. Hard! Go! Hard! Go!
Jump it over and get it behind. No, not quite. Sits center line. Open in the 8-foot, and now Russ will try and hit it and roll it away.
And because of where they rolled to, Jennifer was a little disappointed she didn't roll buried, but it's in one of those spots that if you hit it dead on, there will be a double. If you roll half a rock, there will be a double.
What do you have? Did you get it? 10-5.
So it's just fully open, meaning there is a lot of room to roll potentially, but sometimes in these first ends, you're a little cautious about how far you want to roll, and sometimes, as you're right, Russ, you just hit it on the nose. And that would give Jennifer a chance.
And if you're a believer in the big momentum, Canada appears to have it coming in with those 2 wins yesterday. 8 straight wins for Saskatchewan, and they stumbled down the stretch, losing 2 of their last 3. To finish at 9-2 and in first place.
Wouldn't mind getting that back one on the way by.
And they'll jam it. Will it spill? No, it'll hang on. And now is the double been left. So look at the week for Saskatchewan and Amber Holland. How impressive it was. Immediately starting off with a win against Manitoba, Kathy Overton Clapham, and then Canada. Along the way beating Ontario, who finished 3rd. But then a loss to Nova Scotia, who are now into the 3-4 game, and then finally losing last night.
Pretty thin, but even if we make the rolls, we're going to have a short run for 2, so...
Little nonchalant of that back one. They were kind of just cleaning it, knowing they were staying. They obviously didn't want to roll out, but they could have made that double. Might be beneficial if Jennifer Jones sticks this double. It'll be a force to 1.
Instead of a blank potential. This is not a simple double, but these are the kinds of shots we have seen from Jennifer. She really is good at angles.
You gotta go.
You gotta go, guys.
Really hard.
Ask an officer, you gotta go, guys. Looking for the double, and it looks like it'll curl too much, and then it'll roll over and on top and sit for a second shot. So it will be in draw for 2 for Saskatchewan here in this first.
She never gave that one a chance. She was a little out in with the release, and it started to curl right out of her hand. So this is a great chance. Talk about how you can change up momentum. You can get a couple right away.
Same ice as you, Heather.
Yeah, it's a 4 here.
Okay.
Questionable call on Caitlin's double raise. It was great if you make it, but she just missed by a fraction, opened it up, and allowed this 2-ender to happen late in the end. And as Linda says, big shot right here.
The other nice thing for Amber is she gets a chance to play a draw. Only needs 8 foot. Lots of room to make it and a chance to get that feel very early.
Easy at sliding.
Kalinchuk on the left, Tammy Schneider on the right. Kim Schneider is handling the house. And now Kim Schneider can signal to the scorekeeper 2 for Saskatchewan. Here in this opening end of play, it's the 1-2 page playoff. The winner right through to Sunday's final here in Charlottetown. They were the hometown team from the Charlottetown Curling Club. Prince Edward Island, skipped by Suzanne Birch. She's just on the extreme left, along with Leslie McDougall, Robin McPhee, and Shelley Bradley. Finished just 1 game out of the tiebreaker with a record of 6-5. So much pressure on them after last year and the wonderful run by Kathy O'Rourke and Sault Ste. Marie as PEI went all the way to the final before losing to Jennifer Jones and Team Canada. As we welcome you back to Charlottetown on this, boy, it's a messy Friday night outside. Snow, rain, freezing rain, and more snow expected before it's all done sometime midday on Saturday. 2-0. Saskatchewan get the deuce in the first. Team Canada now has the last rock here in 2, playing the Redstones.
We've talked about Jennifer Jones a lot and her strategy, and that it's predictable, and that's what's happened here. The first stone for Saskatchewan is in the house, not as far in as they would like, just in the 12-foot. Corner guard, of course, goes up for Jennifer.
Okay, that's fine.
And that one was supposed to be short, so Jennifer could not hit it, and that was sliding. Interesting, in that first stand, we spent the time talking about Saskatchewan needing to stick to their plan, and Russ and I were talking in the break about Jennifer Jones really getting away from some routines and trying to do a little too much, I think, in that first stand, and not really forcing the pressure back on the opposition.
You gotta go.
She had a fairly simple double there, even hit the top one and stay, and because she's controlling the front. Once they missed that double raise, that set up the twos.
Whoa, okay.
Don Askin looking to make the double, actually squeezes the top stone over to the edge of the 8, and now behind the corner.
9.5.
The main trouble with it is it pushed it sort of directly behind. If it had moved it over a tiny bit more, there would be a lot more room to get around the corner and use it for Jennifer Jones.
9.5. No, 9.3. Oh, then. Oh, clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Oh. Sit. Okay. 9.6. What did you say? Did you go down? I did 6.
Nice control of takeout weight by Saskatchewan.
But I like this. Okay.
Speed will be okay, right?
You see a lot of the teams when they get into these big games, playoff games. This isn't a sudden death game, thank goodness for both teams, but it feels like one. The winner goes right to the final. You tend to, the strategy becomes a little more conservative, and Jennifer had two choices here. She can run the two yellows, open up that corner, or play the aggressive shot, and that's what Team Canada is famous for. They stay on the offense, they keep the foot on the gas pedal, and they keep going until they create a mistake.
Are you guys light or?
No. I thought so, but
No. It's got a curl. Stay with it. Above the tee.
no.
Jill Officer's trying to draw it in behind, and will get it full to the 4. But that's the belief, that's the confidence, I think, that, and the idea of being pressured. Jennifer Jones believes her team, Linda, can make all the shots, and now she basically says to Saskatchewan, over to you.
Over to you, and that's why in the first stand maybe she tried too much, because the situation was setting up so nicely for a little less complicated shot. Now the pressure is on Saskatchewan.
Really hard. Gotta go.
Nice shot, Tanner.
Wow.
Well, she may have a sore knee and a sore elbow, but she has a great delivery today.
Yeah.
If you talk about Team Canada and what I was saying, very aggressive, score big time. They had the most points for, against, is also good. Steel's pretty good, but look at the deuce. How many times they got 2 with the hammer and did not give up a lot of deuces on the other side. That's why with that high-scoring offense, we expected Jennifer Jones to be really setting up well this end, and yet Saskatchewan's making the big shots and keeping them out of that pattern.
Well, at the moment, Russ, as Jill Officer throws here, it is Team Canada with the hammer, but they're doing the chasing, and that we don't see very often.
No, and only because of a great angle raise and stuck it by Tammy, because they did play the aggressive move. They made a nice shot, but the return of serve came from Saskatchewan.
And once again, one of the stones has been popped in behind the corner, and it's Saskatchewan sitting 2.
And Saskatchewan are a little bit different. They also scored very well. But on the side of scoring 2 and forcing the single, they were better at the force. That's the defensive side of Saskatchewan. Yes, they could score, but they made sure they limited the opposition. That's the key for them against Jennifer Jones.
Mine's a little tight. We're 4.
Third stones.
Okay, stay
This
with me
is
then. Well then.
Kim
Stay
Schneider
close.
as we play here in the
Do
second.
that one. Okay.
This could be a little deep. They'd love a tight guard, but this is going to be too tight. It's going to be slide right in the rings, possibly set up a double and a chance to roll buried.
All right, Kim. Sorry, Amber.
I think the call was for a nose hit to try and keep the red stone in front of the yellow that will remain.
Yellow just curled enough that there's no angle to roll. If you roll buried, you jam.
Real hard! You gotta go!
Another big brush from Askin, an officer. And it over curls on them, and she'll squash that one stone out to the top edge of the floor.
I was like the same.
The brusher's trying to hold it. It'll be interesting to see if Caitlin Laws over curls on more. My old coach had a theory that when you're always a little inside, that was the tight shoulders, the tight muscles, the nerves showing up. And that's a couple that Caitlin has thrown that have over curled.
And understandably, we talk about the confidence of Team Canada, but it's really 3 of them. It's not all 4. Caitlin's the rookie, obviously a world-class skip in junior ranks, but this is a different show, and she's going to play well. You know she is, because she's got the ability, she's got the delivery, she's got the technique. So, but you're right, Linda. Sometimes you tend to stare at that enemy rock and not the broom when you're a little bit tight early.
Be careful when you play guards against this team. It's got to be perfect.
That's good.
Nice job. What was that? Okay, thanks.
I love this call. You're going to run the guard. You can run it left, you can run it right. Obviously, you don't want to run it onto your own, so it makes sense to hit it on the out-turn side, on the center line side. But the good skips think this out. If they can have Caitlin make the yellow double, it might bring that red rock in the rings into the score.
Caitlin Laws, what she got. She'll pick off the stone behind cover, but the raised center guard now spills in. And once again, Saskatchewan putting some pressure on Team Canada. They sit 2 without last rock here in the second.
Well, if it's close, it probably isn't.
It shouldn't be.
The way things have been going.
This has sort of been the story of the week about biters. Of course, the concern is the redstone on the other side is definitely in. So the question is that one potentially in if the circles are not perfect?
And we saw, if you haven't been with us, earlier in the week, British Columbia, Kelly Scott got caught on a stone they thought was out, and they put the 6-foot stick to it, and they were forced to take one.
I think we heard the same words. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a scary spot.
I like it. 9.5. Yeah. Okay, she's tighten that up. Let's go.
So the cautious call is to hit the one that is definitely in and sit 3.
You okay with the hit and roll?
Yeah, if that we just said if it's that close.
Well, it's not that close, but I don't know with these rings.
Yeah, well, that's what
we said.
So there's been a few that haven't looked in and have been, so.
Well, and then the guard, it's which one am I guarding?
Yeah.
It's a more difficult situation to guard with those 2 rocks positioned like that.
All right, so which one do you guard, Russ?
Well, you guard the top one, but or try to be greedy and guard them both. But if you guard the top one, Jennifer comes down, hits the back one, it's going to roll open. If you don't guard the top one, there's an easy double there, and if they don't play this shot, it would be hit for 2. So they either have to hit this one or draw for 3 somewhere.
Easy. Easy. Close. Big roll. Whoa. Yeah, go. Stay with it, Tammy.
Whoa, whoa.
Nice throw.
Boy, would you like the call?
Straighter going that way now.
Well, that one tracked a bit on her as far as how far it rolled, Vic.
Well, I mean, it's just like the call whether you go after that stone or you guard the...
Yeah, I think the cautious approach for the Saskatchewan team, I think that was the right call.
You can be cautious when you're up 2-0. I think if they were down a couple, you'd take a long look at throwing the guard there and try to steal or certainly put more pressure. But a missed guard there, you give up a deuce.
Excessive.
Nice throw, though. Firm. Yep. Good then.
If you put it in the right spot, right in between the top 2 there, looks like Mickey's ears. If you put them right in there, if you put it right in Mickey's ears, will you get them all going?
I think he's going to actually hit Mickey's ears, both of them. And once if you get the left one first onto the top one, you should roll almost frozen. That's what she's trying to do. Then it's a big decision, especially if they're worried about that little nibbler.
Whoa. Whoa.
No. Girl up.
1, 2, and there they go.
Nice one, Jen. Nice shot.
Nice shot by Jennifer. You have to remember, too, Caitlin looks like she's been a little off the broom. That does cause Jennifer a couple of problems in icing herself. So good job of finding a spot for the broom and a very nice throw.
Yeah.
the guard, I guess. Yeah.
And that's where you have to be honest with yourself, isn't it? You can't, Caitlin can't come down, and I'm sure she wouldn't. She's well coached,
Alrighty,
and
so
come
those
down and say,
rings
oh, gee, it really curled there. And no, you were narrow, and talk about it because that helps
as well.
later on in the end. Big shot here. You have to make this guard.
We're tight, three. Hey.
The final stone of the end
Line's not
for
bad. Line's pretty
Amber
nice.
Holland and Saskatchewan.
You're gonna have to go at the end. No, line's good. Stay well.
1992 Canadian Junior
Stay close.
champion.
Stay close for line. Four. Whoa, then. Whoa.
Don't want this in the
Yeah,
rings.
little. Yep. Hard.
And it'll
Good. Okay.
go half in.
Went a long way. Yep. What did I give you?
Important, but I think just 7/8.
Yep.
Firm.
Yep.
The danger with this rock being
less?
where it is, if it was right there, not only is it a longer raise for Team Canada, but you can't possibly roll your shooter in. I think there's a possibility if to hit this on the center line side, roll this
Maybe
way,
if you
you'll
roll
make
the
the
side.
shot, and you might sneak in for two.
And are we convinced the stone at the tee line there is out?
Well, we're not convinced, Vic, because of what happened earlier. It does look
out.
quite out.
So, possibility here to make the run back, score two, and maybe three. Final stone.
Whoa.
The three-time defending champion.
No! Yeah!
Jennifer Jones and Team Canada. Officer and Askin pick her up.
Hard. Roll it if you can. That's good.
And it'll spill. So it's one for sure. Didn't get the roll into the top.
I want to measure this.
And Caitlin Laws
Because they said this is
will put the stick to it just to see. But right now it's one for Team Canada. Interesting, they're having trouble, Russ, it seems to me. A couple on Caitlin Laws, not able to hold the line. Maybe unable to hold it for Jennifer Jones as well there.
Well, I think they actually could have let that curve a little more, Linda, don't you think? And that was the only way to get the deuce. But
Yeah, interesting. They were trying to hit the opposite side to what you
we did.
described.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this in? Are the rings true? In this case, they are. It's out. It's one for Team Canada by, yes, that much. Saskatchewan will have the hammer back when we come back to Charlottetown. Well, two teams that I suspect are watching this are Rachel Holman, the Ontario champion from Ottawa, and Heather Smith-Dacey from the Mayflower in Halifax. They will meet in the 3-4 page playoff game Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And you see that Heather Smith-Dacey coming off the tie-breaking win over BC and Kelly Scott earlier today, 9-8. Really, it was 8-2 for Nova Scotia after 6. And then, well, Kelly Scott just kept chipping away as a two-time champion would do. And the final score was 9-8. It's 2-1 here, Saskatchewan leading as we go to the third. And once again, the team from Chrono, Saskatchewan has the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Well, if you do the post-second end assessment to see how the two teams are playing, it's an impressive performance by Saskatchewan, especially at this lead position. Don Askin, the best lead here, and not just in that percentage, but in that plus-minus where we see every game how they curl against the opposing lead. She was a +6, maximum, of course, would be 11, and Heather Kalinchuk was a -1. So there was quite a spread there, but Heather puts the beautiful stone just biting the forefoot.
Great come around by Heather, and
Okay.
You like that, or you want to go here?
this is that
That's
shot.
pretty high
Do
in
you-
the
do you
house
tap
there.
it? Do you freeze?
What's that?
It just looks pretty high. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Let's go, Heather.
Well, remember what you were
Straight.
saying yesterday, or the day before, or the day before
One
that.
day.
you can, or do you maybe split off that center guard to give yourself some more room? Despite the fact that it's so tight, could you do that as well?
Sure can, Vic, and you're right, and it's full credit to Don as usual, putting it tight, because if you do crash on that one, it probably rolls the Canada Rock in the rings, but that's not the end of the world. It gets it off that scoring area. It's all about controlling this area, control that front. Right now, Canada has the front controlled, so absolutely, Vic, tap that off.
Hard. You guys.
As she comes in and on top.
Started flashing when we went over that one. The red started flashing as a hug.
Now, it's a nice shot, but keep an eye on that. They're frozen, and that means it will be easy to manipulate them if they need to, using that drag effect, depending, of course, what starts to collect behind them and who wants to use it.
Jill Officer.
David's on. Bully! Line's good! Yeah, we're all there right now.
Whoa, heavy.
Yeah,
we got lots.
Where are you?
Back
You
8.
back 4?
It's through.
Back 8, back 12.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
It's heavy.
That's a lot.
Through.
Yeah, unforced
Oh, you
error,
did it.
4 perfect rocks, but a little deep on this one. It's coming down now.
Okay,
That was the one thing that did happen late in round robin play for Team Canada. That was Jill seemed to lose a little bit of the feel and was heavy on several of the draws we watched.
Spectacular at the start of the week with a draw weight, but you're right.
You like that? Yeah.
You know, we all miss shots, but it would be nice to miss that one light as opposed to heavy.
95.
Got to be an awfully good curler to raise that one at the back of the 12-foot.
Cannot make it better.
We can wait. We're 7. 72. Whoa, then.
We got an 80.
Whoa, then. 4. Whoa. No, line's not awful. You got to be heavy, though, Hank. Yeah, we're a little heavy. Back 8. Yeah, get here, then. Okay.
You can tell with the break, this one
Coming
wasn't
down.
breaking at
All right,
that normal
keep going.
spot about 3/4 of the way down the sheet. So that means it is heavy, and that's when the clue comes to the skip to take
That's
it
fine,
back.
Tam. Okay, Tam. Okay.
Well, we showed you earlier Saskatchewan's great run this week, and there you see Team Canada. And, you know, it was you want to space out those losses. You don't want to get to a point where you need to win desperately. And then, of course, up came that big game against her former teammate on Wednesday in front of some 3,200 here at the Civic Center. And then on the final day yesterday, bang, bang, picked up 2 wins and grabbed second place.
Are you heavy?
No, we're not.
Got a curl, Kate.
Close.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
We're right to it. We're tapping
Whoa. Oh, if you're tapping, whoa, definitely will.
Little tap.
Definitely will. That's fine. Good.
That was just back 8.
Let's go, Tam.
So Jill heavy twice. We'll see if Amber can get the right spot for Tammy's rock. See if they can make that adjustment.
5. Line's pretty good. Bit of room. Easy if you can. Bit. Easy. Bit of room. Looks like it's still sliding.
Nice rotation here. With that much rotation, it will slide. The sweepers have to be careful.
Yep. Yep. Not too deep. Yep, a little for line.
Go, go, go.
Yep, for line. Yep, for line. Yes, for line.
Very nice.
Good. It's a lot longer than canoe. Yeah.
We might be able to get both of these. Okay. Right on the nose. Okay. Bird.
Jennifer has to be careful here. If you hit the yellow-red, half the yellow on the left-hand side of your sheet, the red would drag into the yellow and probably make the double. Hitting it this way, the red's going to shoot the yellow to the right of our screen in that last shot and drag the red rock in the wrong direction.
We'll find out right now. Caitlin Laws, this is her first. And where do they go? And she drives it by.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. If she'd hit the plain combination, Vic, without using the front rock, she could get the correct angle back. You couldn't drive that front one in.
We need to line that up better because we hit it where we wanted to.
You have to know your angles, and it's one of those situations that it looks good on paper, but you have to know that drag, and
I guess it wasn't.
it would have made a lot more sense
Back 4, Kim.
to play the yellow-red combo as opposed to the red-yellow combo.
85 for back 4.
You couldn't use the guard. That's a real surprise to me. I rarely see that kind of mistake from Jennifer.
For the people at home, that yellow-red was angled onto half of the yellow at the top of the 8-foot, so Jennifer felt that it would hit it, but because of the rock coming in on an angle, it's what we call drag. The first rock wants to hit a third of a rock, which drags the third rock offline, and it really changed that angle and the complexion of this end.
Remembering now that Saskatchewan does have the hammer here in this third. Setting up very well here. They're sitting 2. And in they come, trying to just split things over and roll on top. And now sitting 3. All right, let's have another look, and maybe you can just explain here.
Well, if we stopped it right there, this red rock, the energy wants to go through the yellow and go in this direction. Because the yellow, red are frozen, the third rock, this one right here, wants to move also in that same direction. So even though the yellow, red is lined up there, because it comes from this angle, you change that angle somewhere in between, and it did go right by that top yellow. So instead of yellow, red onto yellow, it changes that angle. It's a great illustration of drag.
And if you played it the other way, Vic, you could have got the one in the house. Instead, Saskatchewan brought in. Jennifer Jones now called for the hit on the wide open rock, hoping to get a jiggle. It does jiggle, but frees up by hitting that second yellow.
Let's go, Kim. You got it.
This is Kim Schneider and her second
Clean. We're here firm, 9-3.
Third
Easy.
rock here in this third.
To come up just a bit more. Watch that back red one.
Angle it over,
Okay.
and she'll
Okay. That's
jam
fine.
it. But they split. Shooter rolls in, half covered, edge of the 4. Saskatchewan's second shot, edge of the 4. Also partly covered. So sitting 2 with last rock.
Nice situation here, all because of that drag shot, the change of angles, and Canada's going to have to work to hold Saskatchewan down to 1.
You're done. A 9. Okay. Try to hit as much as we can. Let's go. Do we need half?
Yep.
Trying to get the 2 yellows.
Little thinner gets it 2.
Can you hit enough, I wonder?
That's what the question is. She said you have to hit all you can see.
Jennifer Jones in her first officer at Askin. Trying to sneak it by the red first. Oh, they do get 1. Bump it out, and they do to sit 2. Great brushing, saves it by officer at Askin.
What an unbelievable hurling shot. They had to paper that guard. You tick the guard, it's a draw for 3.
Quiet on you. Sorry.
Just slides by there.
Great brushing, and that's what Jennifer Jones does have. Both of these teams have great brushing, but they're really getting pressure. And there is the great bump, and sits the red behind the yellow guard.
Here more. We hit the back end of it.
I know.
So it's pretty.
And just like that, Saskatchewan sitting 2. No more. It's Team Canada sitting the 2 without the last rock here in the third.
And now the run back.
Clean. 9.
There's an option on the other one if this angle doesn't work.
Could be a raised double if you get it thin
Amber
enough.
Holland 1 over and across, and it will sit for second shot and covered.
Boy, that was so close to perfect. If that comes up a little more, hit and rolls right on top of the red one, Linda.
Yeah.
Be difficult to remove with a lot of yellow in the ring.
Boy, that's a lonely red at the back of the back edge of the 4 right now.
The weight was pretty close, and that meant it was coming up as it finished. Not quite enough finish to grab shot rock.
Boy, I tell you what, you don't put this in the right spot. If you leave yourself a double and stick it, you could score 4.
It's outline, you guys. You like that ice? Yeah, that looks good.
You know, that's what Amber's looking for, is the mistake on the draw.
Am I good? All good here, or? Just 4 3/4, or
I think it should be good.
is it faster than that?
No, that should be good.
Top 4 is ideal, but a guard's okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Pretty good. Wait only. Gotta move.
Lots of room.
Gotta move.
Arms good. It'll come yet.
Yeah.
Wait only. Well,
Wait only.
top 4. Stay close. Top 4. Yeah. Pull 4. Wide only.
Wait only. Just bite the 4.
Gotta move. It's gotta
Just
move.
bite the 4. It's gotta
Line's great. Line's
curl.
great.
Gotta curl.
Bite the 4. Bite the 4.
Whoa.
It is. It is. It is.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
And bite the 4 it
Great
does.
What a great curling shot. The 3 tough ones so far for Jennifer made them all. The angle raised in the second end, a nice double with her first shot there. If that rock's 7 inches, 8 inches wider, it's a double for 4 and just curled at the end with perfect speed.
Just the way hers came in. We don't want to. Where was I on
We
that?
were here
when we got to just here. So. You like that? A little less, I think. Okay, this way?
The what?
Are you okay to say?
Sure.
It's an interesting way of coming at this rather than, to my mind, maybe playing a little
A little less
rub
yet,
and
Tim, I
roll
think.
off of that shot maybe, or drawing this way. They're actually going to play away.
Yeah, this is a really tough way to grab the button. I think Amber's concern of playing the tap is Jennifer's didn't really finish until it got into the house almost with pure draw weight. I guess she's afraid of putting down the broom. They may track on that center line.
So the first real pressure
room,
put
you need
on
T-line.
Saskatchewan and Amber
Line should be
Holland
good.
here in the third.
room right
It looked
now.
like it was setting up for her
Line's
for a
good.
couple, maybe even 3. Couple of very nice shots
Line's
by
great.
Jennifer Jones.
Feature.
And now this is a draw against 2.
Easy. Easy.
Tammy Schneid.
That's great. T-line.
Heather Kalinchuk will nurse this
Nice throw,
and
Amber.
nurse it.
Throw.
And what a shot! Holland responds with a draw to the edge of the button. Team Saskatchewan picks up one more. Well, it's the kind of shot you make it, you're up by 2. You don't, you're down.
We said that Amber had to leave herself room to score. Well, Jennifer Jones made it very tough on her 2 rocks, crowded that 4-foot, and Amber had to find a way in. Ice seems a tiny bit straighter, often happens with the single sheet, and that meant there was a little more room to hit the button. And look at that, just coasting it in. What beautiful weight by Amber Holland.
Nice throw, Amber. Nice throw.
So Saskatchewan gets the single in the third. They now lead it 3-1 here in Charlottetown on this 1-2 page playoff night. And Team Canada will have the last rock playing the Redstones here in 4.
A little tight. Mine's a little tight. To my broom.
To Linda's point, Vic, about the curl, you have to keep those corner guards as far away from that center line as you can because you want to not block off that path, as we just noticed with Saskatchewan. If those guards had been a little bit closer to the center line, that shot wasn't makeable.
She might have had to play a raise in that case.
97.
Go 3.
2.5.
First stone was in, top
Go
12
three.
foot again. It would have
Goal
liked,
line.
they would have liked it a bit deeper, but not bad. Corner guard, and how here
Gonna have
comes
to go
the
a bit.
center
Yeah, a little
guard.
bit,
The
yeah.
last time they played this way, this one came in and it left a hit. This one will stay out
That's
in
fine.
front.
I feel like I have a pulled groin.
And here's what we talk about now. You anticipate the curl between the red corner guard and the yellow one in the rings. There's not a pile of room, so it was important for Don Askin to keep that corner pretty wide.
Line's good. There's room, guys. Room.
It's close.
You can't. You're on the red guard.
No, you can wait a little bit, but
Line's good. Yeah. Where are you?
top 8.
Whoa. Corner
Yes.
freeze. Yep. We're by still. Yeah.
Halfway in between.
My fault, Don. Good one.
Tried to come around a little short and didn't get the free, so it is open.
These calls down.
10.
Let's go. You got this. Yep.
For someone who's come in injured with banged up knees and elbows, she's played very well so far. Saskatchewan's second, Tammy Schneider.
Whoa. Good. Sorry, Tammy. That's a little firm, hey?
Unable to hold the shooter, it'll spill out.
So tight. I don't mind this. Okay. Throw here.
You could see Jennifer Jones checking over her right shoulder just to make sure that this stone doesn't jam on the one that just rolled out and maybe spill back in.
No. Heavy.
The main thing is to try and save the shooter. She'd love to sit 2 corner guards.
Okay.
Avoids the jam, but can't hold the shooter.
I don't think so. You can throw without her. I don't mind that. Let's go. Just a 3. Line's a little tight. We're real tight. I'm going tight. Easy then.
A very
Easy
defensive-minded
then.
skip
Wolf
might take the corner
Line's
guard
fine.
off.
It's a 2.5.
But Amber's one of those with a
Easy,
balanced
easy.
attack, as I mentioned, and for the first portion of the end at least, she will stay with a slightly more aggressive kind of play. If you want to put guards out in front, though, you have to make them well.
No, we're to it. Okay.
And 2 they are on the corner.
Those little mistakes add up, though, don't they, Linda?
Throw here.
Because it's angled like that, it's very easy to remove the double and hang around. One little mistake from Saskatchewan on a rollout, Team Canada ducks around the corner guard and scores their 2 points.
Well, plus you're hitting a rock in the 12-foot, so even an exchange of hits leaves the rock way out there, and a come around on a corner is easily shot rock.
Yep. Really hard. Hard. Really hard.
And Jill Officer, there's that jam, and it'll hang on.
No luck at all.
9.5. Hey. Let's go.
The one thing we do know about Jennifer Jones is she doesn't tend to blank many ends. She only
9.5.
blanked
Yeah,
2
we're
ends
quiet.
herself
Little
in round robin
little.
play. So even
Yep,
though there are
little.
jams and it looks
Clean.
like forces,
Nope,
she'll
that's
stick
all.
with the plan to try and get the
Yep,
deuce
clean.
and go very aggressively with that plan.
Oh, now I really smell it. Oh, it's awful now. Like it's not.
To your point, even though there's 2 opponents' rocks in there, this is a great opportunity to put a 2 on the scoreboard.
Line's a little tight.
Line's okay.
We can go a little.
Okay, line's good. Wait only.
You gotta go. You gotta go. We're heavy, T-line.
Line's great.
T-line. Yep. Room.
Hold
We're heavy.
it.
We're deeper than that. We're back to heavy wolf.
Hold it.
Heavy. Yeah.
Okay, Caitlin, that's fine.
Caitlin Laws will come deep, too. We've seen some missed draws from Jill Officer. Now Laws
Do you think it was light?
goes back 12.
was that heavy.
There they are. They are. We can go here too. Like top 8 or right to it? Am I going right to it? Yeah, go to it. Okay. So like a 90 here?
Well, that's the one thing that was successful about that shot. Amber knows that it is shot rock and is a little concerned that if they try the cold come around and don't bury properly, it's a little chip and roll to sit 2. So this is a freeze call to the back one. That still leaves Jennifer lots of room in front of it.
Mine will be fine then. Hard then. Can it move? Can you move? Can you wait? Well, to T, yeah. Yep, go now. Switch and go. Yep. Really hard.
Got to get it back there.
Hard, every inch. Gotta keep coming through line. Yep, go, go. Hard.
And they will drag it behind the corner. Sit for shot stone.
Okay. What was that for? 402 I got. Okay, play your own shot. Wow.
Less than a quarter.
Once in a while you get away with a heavy miss because at least Caitlin was dead buried. Little slight mistake there. They wanted that frozen. It looks like a great shot, but there's enough curl here with the proper weight to tap this out and sit 2.
Yeah!
Well, you heard Jennifer Jones say they never flirted with the guard. But with this brushing, maybe she's gotten it started because they're pounding this all the way.
Hard, real hard.
Officer and Askin. Sneak it by? No, they will not. And now she'll roll over and just by the guard top edge of the 12. So.
This way, Caitlin. Good brush.
Well, that really clunked the guard. That wasn't close. It rolled over top of the other yellow and rolled away even further. So Amber's got some room to get a second one in there.
I don't think it's quite a forward cross center. No. 13-9 though.
Small possibility, Linda, that we know Team Canada took rocks from just about every sheet, and it's possible Caitlin loved her too, but do they coincide with the other 6 rocks? It's very possible you have a match pair, but they could possibly be a little sharper, a little more curl, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt here. I think she was narrow and light, but maybe they're aggressive. We'll have to keep an eye on it as the game goes along.
There's been a lot of over curls on Caitlin's shots.
Like a hit and roll with a catcher, which is nice. Probably,
Skip Stones here in 4. Amber Holland.
5. Needs to move.
Caitlin Laws curling just 63% so
Not moving
far.
at all. There it goes now.
Can we
Easy
go?
Still. You got to be just even.
This is not going to be buried. They have to stop the double.
You can go. Oh, you're gonna. Yep. Go. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Okay. The top
And
of my
they
foot
even it up.
I just touched it.
Saskatchewan does sit 2 without
Too much
last
ice.
drop.
Sorry, guys.
yeah, at least whenever you have a double, even if we go right there.
Yeah.
One thing you do know about Jennifer, even though the end hasn't gone exactly as she wanted, she is always thinking she can get the deuce on her own rocks.
There's no double there.
Very, very confident about her ability to get those rocks in the right
Or
spot.
half behind, then she might leave us a double.
Let's go.
10.
Jennifer Jones made a couple of wonderful shots in the 3rd to force Saskatchewan to draw the button for a single.
Little up.
Now with her first here in 4.
Right now. No. Clean.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait.
And not the kind of roll she looked for, almost right on the nose.
No, that surprised them after Amber's draw went so straight. Looked like it was sort of tracking. I think they predicted that this spot with weight would be straight.
And jumped, I guess,
Yeah, just jumped. I think it's just fresh stuff in the middle. Darn. To make sure we, I guess, clean those. I don't know. I thought I definitely used it all, and I wasn't soft. Did you get it?
10.
Yeah.
Gets to the line. Okay.
Be careful here. Would love to roll buried and then stop that double.
There is lots of room to roll if she can get it to
Easy.
cross.
No. Whoa.
This is where the draw hung.
Kim Schneider's called off the brushing. And she won't come close. And now, can you make the double, hold the shooter, maybe bring that stone back 12 into play?
I think both skips a little surprised by the ice. I guess that's the only question in your mind when you go to play these tougher shots.
What's that?
I don't think it's worth it.
No,
to you.
I don't either. I think we gotta make sure
I
we
agree,
score.
or I don't think it's worth it either. It's one of those quarter rock doubles, Vic. You hit half a rock, you go across the top and leave a yellow steel, and now it's 4-1. And
Should I take the lots of ice or the no ice?
Jennifer referring to the fact that you usually can get to the button 2 ways, going out to the edge of the 8-foot into the 12-foot a bit and get a little extra curl from the side, or you play a little less ice, and she's taking that second route.
That's hard in the head sometimes.
Need 4 foot. Okay.
You move the broom in a foot, and now you're inside the hill, and it doesn't curl. So you have to make up your mind here.
Yeah.
It's a cold draw against 2, needing 4 foot, trailing 3-1.
Running, which is fine.
The focus of the 3-time defending champion, Jennifer Jones.
Wait only.
Line's good. Can't hurt yet. A little bit. Line only.
Oh, wait only.
2 of the best
Stay
at
close.
judging the
Yay!
stone. Jill Officer, Don Askin.
Really hard.
Now it's taken off on them. They've got the port to go through. Now they got to get by Yellowstone up top.
You're by.
Now they are by. Now that extra brushing. Did it go a little too far? No, it won't. It'll stop. Back edge of the 4.
Yeah.
And that'll be a single point for Team Canada here in the 4th. Saskatchewan still leads, and they'll have a hammer in 5. This is the brand new 2011 Ford Edge SEL, the grand prize for the winner of this year's Ford Hot Shots. And the final, a battle of teammates. Team Canada's Jennifer Jones and her third, Caitlin Laws. And it was the experience of Jones that pays off in the final, as the defending Scotties champion added Hot Shots champion to her resume. And what a way to start her week with a 2-year lease on a brand new Ford Edge. And you can be a winner too. Log on to FordHotShots.curling.ca and give it a try. And just like Jennifer Jones, you too could be driving away in a brand new Ford Edge. Saskatchewan opened with 2. They've traded singles since then, and it's a Saskatchewan lead by 1. Now, as we welcome you back to the Charlottetown Civic Center on this Friday night. It's the 1-2 page playoff. The winner will go right through to Sunday's final. Don Askin throwing the lead stones for Team Canada. It is Saskatchewan playing the Yellow Rocks that has the hand.
Big mistake on the first one, though, and it doesn't take many to get in trouble against Team Canada. The first rock is short by Dawn. Nice positioning. That yellow come-around comes up short. So there's a good chance for Dawn to sink one top 4.
Very nice, Dawn. That a girl.
Great one.
Always find it a little curious, Russ. You know, the teams do practice, and if they've been off for any length of time, they practice. That 10 minutes before the game, that they wouldn't have the draw weight or the little nuances of the ice in their pocket, that it would change by the time they walk into the back, they do the little parade out, they play the anthem. The ice will change in that maybe, 10 to 15 minutes?
Oh, most definitely. And you have fresh pebble to start with. And if your first practice, which in the case of Saskatchewan you were because they had hammer, it's very crisp. And the rocks are a lot slower. There's a lot more aggressive curl. And you start to visualize. This whole sport's about visualization. And it's tough to see it curl 5 feet. And all of a sudden, the third, fourth end, it's down to 3.5 or 4. And that's nothing the ice maker can do. Nothing you can do with the rocks. But you have to believe. And the more times you play in an arena, the more times you'll get it.
Vic, we were also saying it's interesting when you go out against different oppositions, and now they get to choose stones. You're kind of seeing a different collection of stones on this sheet of ice than you saw during round-robin play. So we think the teams are confusing each other a little bit by what their stones are doing and what their releases are doing, and they're trying to call the ice off the other team a little too much.
Got a curl, Dawn. Got a curl, guys. Keep her going. Keep her going. Line's great. Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl. Nice shot. Wow, that went a long way. I thought we were darting.
Yeah, just tight.
Is this where we say it's time to bail?
Oh, yes, it's now, Vic.
Now? Okay.
The collection of freezes are in a good spot for Team Canada, so you cannot leave the situation so closed down.
And Amber Holland appears to agree with you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, a little. Yep. Roll. Okay. That's fine.
That springs stones off the 4 foot, gets a little separation, but the shooter is dead out in front.
Not sure they tried that. They're pretty soft weight, and I think they lost it on the sweeping call. They wanted to roll on, but it didn't work out too badly. Jennifer really has no choice to hit this one. Cannot roll buried, so there should be a shot at that dangerous rock at the top of the 4-foot.
Well, they definitely got fortunate. You're right. I thought they were trying to roll and free up the yellow one as well, and didn't. But the rocks in the house are not too bad.
No, 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 no. Sorry, Jill. Nice throw. Set up? I don't think so. No. Cam.
If I could pick on Jill for a minute, who's in my mind the best hitter in the game, drew really well at the start of the week. When I coached the Swiss team, I didn't worry about the 85% of the shots they made, because you can't do much about those. I was more concerned about the 15% as coach that they didn't make. So I record all the misses, and it's amazing how many times there's a pattern. And in Jill's case, the few shots she does miss, it's usually overthrown.
Jill Officer curling 72% at the moment.
And it's funny, you get into that trend of being a little bit too deep on draws, a little too strong on the hits, and it's that kick from the hack, and somehow you just can't ratchet it back. It just seems to be there every time, that extra little drive. No roll on that one.
Yeah. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Stay close.
No.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. No, 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 no.
No.
Close.
No.
Close.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Roll
Go,
it,
Jill.
Jill.
Go, 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 go.
Hard.
Nice shot.
I'm like a quarter. A what? A quarter? That's all you have? Yes.
I have almost that.
Do you have that? Right there. Okay. I like 10. Okay.
Let's go.
Tough little shot here. Caitlin's ran noticeably straighter than a lot of the other shots she's thrown, so this can't be much of a curl in this area. You cannot overthrow this.
9-6. Oh, then. 9-7.
This is one of those that pro side miss is on the guard.
Never.
Oh, that's got a curl.
Can't go by at all.
And
Okay,
she
Kim.
will just come over in time to push it to the edge of the 8-foot.
Okay, Jill's went a super long way.
By support.
Tina Turner always sang Simply the Best, didn't she?
But don't sing it for us, Vic. A great team effort all week. So the fact that Jill Officer has slipped, for example, with her numbers is unusual. And it did start to happen a little bit at the end of round robin play. Dawn Askin, it has been superb, and that's one thing we did expect from this team today, and a huge reason why Jennifer can stick to her plan. But it does mean that Jill is also needed in that plan.
Officer at 70%, Caitlin Laws at 67% at the moment.
Great.
Hard. Get on it, guys. Go. Hard. Keep her going. It's got to be even. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hard, Jilly. Come on. All you got. Go, go, go. Great brush.
Two nice shots by Caitlin and great brushing on that draw.
And when you do that, you say 67 what?
We do have to give Caitlin a little break. Dawn and Jill have the experience in this situation. Caitlin does not. So you might expect a little bit at the beginning of nerves. But look at this one come into the house with the great brushing.
Bad news for Saskatchewan because the nerves are gone, and there was two really good throws.
Trying it again.
Just bump. We're a hair quiet and even.
Oh. Clean.
Close to
No.
Clean.
No.
This is really straight here. This has to be so soft to get any curl.
Whoa. Whoa.
Kalinchuk and Tammy Schneider haven't put a brush to it. It is just a clean.
Tammy, go.
And look at that late finish again. Just enough to push it to the back edge. Shooter, though, will roll full 12. And at the moment, Team Canada is sitting the 3 all around the edge of the 8. Remembering now, Saskatchewan does have the last rock here in this 5th.
That extra roll of 1.5 feet on the yellow for Saskatchewan is the problem. If it had sat for shot rock, then Jennifer might have had to think differently, but totally free now to play the come around one more time.
Amazing what a foot or so makes. That bends another 1/4 inch. They're half buried at the back of the 8-foot. No matter what Jennifer does by hitting it, it'll be an aggressive call for Saskatchewan. Now they're in trouble. It's one of those spots you go wide enough, you seem to catch the hill. And the in-turn will curl, as we just demonstrated with Caitlin. But you get in tighter, close to the center line with a little bit of weight, it's not doing much, so it's tough to remove.
Just a little arm extension. Once she has the feel of the weight, you continue through with the arm to maintain that weight. That's where the feel comes from, and she's normally very good at these.
T-line, back, no. Back, trying.
No, higher the better.
You can see a way wider path than Caitlin's, but it's now coming off the hill, and it will finish.
You can take a piece, go down. Go down. Yep. Worked a little.
The center line, top of the button. Not quite the movement as we saw from Caitlin Lawrence.
Great weight. Yeah. Just needed sweeping weight to get it to move.
Yeah, 2 feet less maybe.
It's a little bit less weight or ice.
Yeah, one of the two.
They're pretty hard on themselves. That's a nice shot.
It's a beautiful shot, and it's a ton of pressure for Amber facing 4. And that rock is top button. That means you need to move it to get shot.
And with that much ice to throw enough weight to move it, they have to be careful. Back 12 foot here, and it's going to be a draw for 5 with 1 rock to come.
Let's go.
This will not curl with any appreciable weight.
Amber Holland in her first.
Stay with it. Just Becky. We're going to want to go. Room. Just Becky. Whoa, still room. Yep, close, yep. Hard.
It's jumped at those guards by 1, by 2. And wow, she gets to the nose and pushes it back. Button still shot stone. Team Canada.
That was a tough part, though. The brushers were right. They were calling out that it didn't have the weight to push it through, but it just wasn't curling for them. So by the time it curled, it had no weight to push it. Great communication. They did mostly what they could, and just not enough weight to carry it through.
Skinny it, right? Like, yeah. I'd sweep this early, though, to keep it out there. This might, I'm taking a little bit more. I think a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Whoa, I tried to pull back, guys.
Not bad, I don't think.
Clean it.
Tight.
No, it's got to
Pull the
stop
string
curling.
on it a little bit, she thinks.
Real
It's just a
tight.
guard, Vic.
Just clean.
Just wants to make sure you give it the right release to catch the same path of the draws that have come down.
No. Higher the better.
That's good. Gotta go. Good.
And guard it is. Anything to come off of here, Russ, on those stones around the edge?
Certainly is, Vic. There's a thin double here. I don't think there's any danger, but you'd have to stick it for 2 points. But that shot's there, a little less than half.
You got it, Amber.
And the other one over at the just back at the tee line there, too flat.
I think it's makeable, but it's a much harder angle. You'd have to really fire it.
9 or 9.5? Okay.
This is definitely easier of the two.
Okay. Shouldn't move much here, so. I think so.
Let's get it. Easier now.
I just don't know.
Here you go.
Big shot.
Jennifer says it looks a little easier than when she first looked at it, but this is a toughie. Tough angle.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
They called them on. Here they go. Kalinchuk, Tammy Schneider, Kim Schneider calling lines. Spin and across, got it, stuffed it perfectly. And the Saskatchewan fans come to their feet here in Charlottetown. It's the 1-2 page playoff. We're going to the break on a wonderful shot by Amber Holland to take a 5-2 lead. We'll talk with Amber Holland, and Bob Weeks will be by with his Weeks report.
The 2011 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Stylish designs for any room.
On a night like this, you could use a nice quilt. And this one has been made by Sue Amundrud of Melfort, Saskatchewan. Discussed the idea with her friends, and she made this quilt. It includes a heart that shows the year and location of the Scotties, and each flag designates the team who won. She made it with the help of her husband, and it's on display here. And of course, Charlottetown has yet to be added, celebrating the 30 years of the Scotties. And there is Sue, one of the many Saskatchewan fans here in Charlottetown. It's a beautiful quilt. Sue Amundrud of Melfort, Saskatchewan. And very happy, if you are a Saskatchewan fan, with Amber Holland making a wonderful shot to close out the fifth, to score 2, to lead 5-2. As we pick up play here in 6, and Team Canada has the last rock, playing the Redstones.
It was a great first 5 for Saskatchewan. Brilliant shot making by Amber Holland. But look out, folks. You know that Jennifer Jones knows how to score the deuces as well. They've been held off the board in that way in the first 5. But here we go. There was the rock in, corner guard, center guard back, and here's a little tap by Don Askin.
And this is the only team that we know of, Linda, that's doing this. We touched on this a couple of shows ago. They're not going to tap it because they didn't have the line, but the tap's a great call because it opens up that scoring area. You reckon the guard, you open up the front.
Way more than she was been throwing.
Let's go, Tammy. Put it in there.
We're going to have to go. Okay. We're doing some 4. Go then. We're 3. Yep. Hard then. Hard. Hard. Every inch, yep. No, you're going to... Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to get a little rub. Not set up a double.
That's fine, Tammy. Okay. That's okay.
I got a 99.
Yeah, I got 97.
Throw here.
Hill officer.
That's good. That's good.
We'll open up the front.
Good job.
Let's check the numbers after 5. And are they indicative of something?
Well, it's been a great game so far. It has been Saskatchewan and Amber Holland who've made the big shots to get the deuces, and that's the real difference because overall team percentage is big. Amber Holland at 90% and making the huge shot last end, or would it be a totally different look to that board?
The numbers after 5 brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle.
Oh no. Yeah, little Kim. Good. Good.
And shooter will hang around on the edge of the 12, but everything back of the tee line.
And there is a double corner guard, and we've talked about the fact that Jennifer plays this a lot. She is not concerned about shot rock at the moment.
Down 3 points, force a mistake. This is the best way to do it.
Just bite the 8. You got room.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
It's not
whoa,
bad.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Close.
Line only.
Whoa. Lots of weight.
Bite the 8. Got lots of line.
Whoa.
Line's great.
Hard.
Line's great. Just bite the 8. Just bite the 8. Nice one, Jill. That's good. Good. Shoot.
Let's go, Kim.
These two teams met very early
90 good here for me? I think
back
so, yeah.
last Sunday.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan actually opened with a steal of 1 as Team Canada had the last rock, but it was 5-2 as well. And then there was the steal of 2 in the 4th, and Saskatchewan really on their game. 9-3, they won it.
Hard. Where do you want
What do you want us to do with
well, just let it go.
Wow.
Wow, big mistake.
Okay, Kim. Sorry, I'm
That pick, Linda? Or?
I don't know. That's so dramatically off.
Game on.
There was so much room to get in. That rock is just in front of the tee line, but still there was room to get second shot for Saskatchewan. With Caitlin going in a second time, this one will be a lot higher, and now Amber Holland will really have to think of what to do.
And the other thing is, too, it's where that stone maybe ended up, isn't it? I mean, it's taken away. If you have to run something back, if you wanted to run one of those corners back, there is the yellow in the way.
Exactly, Beck. Even if the Saskatchewan peels the red, the yellow's still kind of guarding part of the first red one, and it looks like another red one.
Yeah, keep her going, keep her. Whoa. Atta girl. Nice one, Caitlin.
Forced to play the double peel, probably.
Let's go.
He's looking at the angle because there is that other yellow in the house. 2 yellows, you have to pass things by. So Amber lining it up.
Well. Ooh.
I don't think I did. I touched it, but I don't think it moved.
Double peel, but I don't know how.
You can hit that thick.
I was thinking the red or the yellow red.
Well, okay.
I don't think that jams.
Might
Linda.
go across the top of it.
You have to know your
Give it a go.
angles. Anything on the high side, the yellow-red combo will definitely go across the top. If you hit it really thick, almost dead on, the red one will drag a bit, and that yellow one on the far side of the sheet over at the 8 o'clock position could be a problem. But I think anything high side, they should be fine.
I think she was looking at one point at trying to use the 2 reds and get rid of them, and was afraid of how that action would occur.
Yep. Whoa. Good.
And we'll open it up. It's a wonderful story that I believe is true. That I know the aspect that Ed Wernick was an accomplished pool player when he first arrived from Benito, Manitoba. And one of the people he played with, who was also from that area, was the legendary Canadian champion Cliff Thorburn.
Cliff, right?
And they spent a lot of time together. So that's where, in fact, Eddie came up with his knowledge of angles, was shooting billiards.
I know, but I don't mind.
You like the... I don't want to give her a...
No, I know.
Triple. Go here.
Yeah?
Or we just freeze.
I like doing something here. I don't think we need to guard.
Is that just the nose? Do you like that better rather than drawing?
Just well, she might get that double.
Yeah, we'll just go here.
Okay.
Just a 10.
I don't know. Do you guys like freezing or hitting it? I'm just trying to think. I want to make sure we get 2. 2, right? Yeah. Freezing. I don't know. I just don't want.
You're looking ahead, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Would you do us a favor? It's one shot at a time, okay? Now, I just have to step off the ice here. And you're the thing now. We're playing the Team Canada shot, not the Saskatchewan shot.
But it's not Wednesday night curling, but you have to think ahead.
Yeah, I understand that.
So where this rock sits after she plays the hit, that's
then we might do what.
That's what Russ is trying to show us. That's why they're talking about a little roll to try and make the angle steeper.
All right, so now it didn't sit right there, so all those lines you drew mean absolutely nothing.
Exactly. You're good. Touche.
That's just a waste of time.
What if we did?
My fault.
No worries.
Nice throw.
And that's the thing I've always admired about this particular game, is that you are at this level thinking 2 and 3 shots ahead.
Or
and
we
you just have to.
Yeah, see the blast, I gotta. Yeah, I like this.
Problem here is if you hit and roll over, which is a good call, I don't think you make the double, Linda.
No, the double's quite thin.
No, just 3/4. Hit right front.
And quite often I find that people overcall this and it rolls farther than you think, and there you've freed up the situation for your opposition. It's not in front of an enemy rock.
Yeah, well, I know. But this way, if I hit and flop over, I think we'll be close to first.
Virtually dead on would work.
Was it 9.5?
end up being angle frozen to that red rock at the top. Tough shot.
Quiet, 9-6.
Skip Stones here in 6. Amber Holland.
Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Okay.
Gets rid of one, rolls over, sits top 4, but there is a little bit of backing there. Sitting back 8 foot.
Perfect roll, hit that a little thicker. You could have actually stayed on the corner, as Linda said, don't roll too far, and that's exactly what happened, just to roll a hair too far.
Even if she does roll, you still might have a double on the when she throws on that one.
Hey, Jen.
Oops, sorry. Let's go.
Big trouble all started with that one missed come around by third Kim Schneider, and ended up in a really bad spot, as Vic pointed out. Made a congested area of corner guards, and that meant they could tuck another one.
I don't think this should do a whole lot, you guys? No.
Now Amber's trying to get them out of trouble.
It's a little up to me. Yeah.
Hard.
Jennifer Jones.
Hard. Quick, all you guys.
Asking an officer
Hard.
with a big scrub here for the skipper.
Hard. Go.
And they'll hold the line for her to avoid the jam.
It's down.
I don't know, it just looks as if you're coming out harder than the rest of us, so.
So you just want to hit here?
Geez, I get to draw it again, Vic.
This time it's the right time.
It's there. It really is. You have to throw a lot of weight.
Broom side.
Just a hair on the broom side. The double's gone for sure. It just depends if they can get lucky on that back one. Little high side, maybe half a rock. I think it's really close.
Let's go. There you go.
Amber Hall
Nine.
made a wonderful shot with her last one to score 2 in the 5th.
Whoa. Yeah.
Kallinger, Schneider.
Hard.
Okay, 1-2, and she stuffed it. Now will it roll far enough? No, not quite. So they'll have a chance for 2. Team Canada here in 6.
Nice throw. A little thinner, we could have probably got him all. Yeah. Nice throw.
Was this all? Did she hit it as well as she could? Was this all about weight here?
You're right, Vic. Could have hit it a hair thinner, and that caused it to jam a little thicker, but you could still have hit it in that same spot with more weight. Any more weight, and that's gone.
Same weight.
Great setup. You want to capitalize now. Good chance for a deuce.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean only.
Yeah. Hard.
Right to it. Right to it. Good sweep, guys. Atta girl.
Right to it. 4-2 for Canada here in 6. And so think back to 5 and how big that shot for a second point was for Saskatchewan. Because that is the difference. The defining moment of this year's Scotties will happen Sunday night, when one team raises the trophy as our national champion. However, for many people, no matter who the winner is, the moment they'll remember most has already happened, and it had no impact on the standings. It was Wednesday night, Team Canada against Team Manitoba, and you know the story. Both Jennifer Jones and Kathy Overton Clapham tried to convince the public that it was just another game. But we knew it wouldn't be. It couldn't be. The people in attendance had picked their favorite. And like many in the curling world, they were cheering for the underdog. And the underdog put on quite a show. Final still.
Yeah.
Up by 1. Kenji picking off the face. Oh, my, what a shot. Kathy Overton Clapham.
I mean, just listen to the fans. This is a show she's putting on.
The final story is written and a Manitoba win. Now Team Canada may go on to win a 4th straight title Sunday night. Kathy Overton Clapham, she won't be part of it. Her gold medal performance has already happened.
And joined now by Kathy O. And Kathy, it was such a special moment. What are you thinking now when you watch that video again?
Yeah, it was a great night to be part of. The crowd was great, and it was a lot of fun to be on the ice, and it was extra special to win the game for sure.
I know it's not the record you would have wanted coming here to the Scotties as Team Manitoba, but what will you remember about this week?
It's been a great week. The fans have been absolutely amazing. The ice was the best I've ever played on. Just meeting all the people and the committee, and Kim's done a fantastic job.
You really elevated your game, Kathy, for that contest against Jennifer Jones. What kind of support did you receive, not only from the fans here, but maybe emails from across the country as well?
Yeah, I opened my laptop this morning, and there was 438 emails that I came through. So it's been very overwhelming, and the support has been amazing, and it's just been a fabulous week.
Kathy, it's been so fun to watch you, and congratulations on an entertaining week and definitely an entertaining game against Jennifer Jones.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, the game garnered national attention. It was on the front pages, the likes of the Globe and Mail, for example, and it was a record setter of sorts for TSN as well, the 3rd most watched round-robin game in our Scotties history. As we welcome you back to the Charlottetown Civic Center on this Friday night, the 1-2 page playoff game, the winner going through to Sunday's final. Team Canada getting 2-6. It means that Saskatchewan, playing the Yellowstones, has the last rock here in 7.
I guess in some ways Saskatchewan escaped from last end. It could have been worse. Nice shots by Amber. Limited the scoring to the deuce, but when you give it up, you like to get it back. And a little chance here with the guard placed by Team Canada to come around by Saskatchewan. And that's a little edge by that red rock rolling open by Don Askin.
Is that a hair fur?
No roll on this one. They would have liked to have tucked it a little bit.
Yep.
Double for Jill. She makes these in her sleep, but she'd love to save the shooter.
No. No. Well, yeah. Yeah. Hard. Go, Jen. Kidding me.
Missed call on the brushing.
Not quite getting them both. Pushes it to the back edge to sit for second shot.
Yeah. 9.5.
That's a surprise. We already mentioned we were surprised on the error earlier by Jennifer on a hit, playing the drag effect incorrectly, and she's usually so good on that line call on that hit.
Rotate, clean.
It seemed to break very quickly for them.
At the end, it did.
Clean. That's fine, Tam. Good throw. Hey, good. Huh? I thought that was maybe a hair. Yeah, I thought so too. Can you clear this one? No.
Whoa, whoa.
No.
It's
Right off.
Jennifer asked for a hit and roll behind their own guard.
It's nice.
Right off.
Trying to be patient with the setup to make Amber's situation to set up the deuce more difficult. That roll away is beneficial for Saskatchewan.
Slightly overthrown again. It's a bit of a habit. I think Jennifer has to tighten that broom up a little bit.
Let's go. Same weight's good. Yeah.
That is something that is sometimes a bit of stubbornness from the skip. You keep thinking they will throw it the way they used to throw it at the beginning of round robin play.
So true.
Weight's a little softer. Right off.
There's another one rolling the wrong
Oh,
way.
never. Okay.
Tammy Schneider.
Okay.
And the shooter will spin out of play.
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad. They didn't have to hit it.
Okay.
They could have drawn in, but I think Amber was thinking that would have been a nice wide open setup, which was the way she wanted to play it, and Tammy just rolls it out. So now Caitlin can hit the only one in the house.
Clean on me.
There's the roll.
Good, Caitlin.
And it'll stop. Center line out in the open, or half of it is back 8. Does that still surprise you, the fact that, you know, Amber Holland makes that hit on the stone, could have ignored it, done something else, tried to go behind the center? Again, realizing you pick your spots to be aggressive, but is that maybe one of the things that, Russ, still surprises you about the game, whether it be women's game, men's game? The more teams aren't aggressive just by leaving stones alone that are never going to bother you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think I think if you did a poll, there'd be more Briar men's teams probably play the draw there. The hit wasn't wrong. My father always used to say you can call the wrong shot as long as you make it. And that shot just wasn't made. And, you know, it's we can easily argue after the fact of the miss. But the draw made more sense, Linda.
The draw made more sense. And if you're going to hit it, Vic, you know my opinion that if you're playing that wide hit outside in, you've got no room, because usually it is a straight spot. You play it the other turn, you have a lot of room to roll.
When you spin in,
yeah, a couple of mistakes really in that situation. Jennifer Jones rolled in behind cover to try and get the play to the middle, knowing that Amber Holland would have a chance to draw, but that draw had to be top 4, not back. And there's still room to get rid of it.
For Caitlin Laws, throwing the third stones for Team Canada. Got it by the guard? Yeah, they do. Get it across the nose? Yes, they do. And she'll roll underneath and sit back 4 foot.
Here comes Caitlin Laws. A couple jitters early, but 2 beautiful shots there.
Sorry. This is good, though. Yeah. Let's go.
We weren't sure what happened to Kim's come around last end, whether or not it was just pulling the string or maybe a pick. So here's a chance for her to try and get that feel back, draw top button.
I think we just kicked.
Hard line as it starts to dive at that center guard, and you heard the P word that it may have picked. Now the rub and roll.
Okay.
We were just wider and we caught the curl. Okay. Guess I could have threw the same. We caught it. Shoot.
Play back on my first one. Yeah, I just did it, and then have like on its own.
Wait on its own, yeah.
Every shot's so crucial. The first hit and roll shrunk the scoring area by a couple feet. The second hit and roll shrunk the scoring area by another couple feet. And this could just about eliminate the scoring area.
Let's go. Just sweep for bite the 8, okay?
Okay.
Because Dawn's run really straight, so don't jump this.
We talked about momentum coming into this game. There is also that feeling of momentum within a game, and the deuce by Canada last end, and now this setup. This is really feeling like Jennifer is starting to take the momentum. And if you think of the thirds, Caitlin's starting a little slow, but now it's Kim on Saskatchewan missing. It's just that feeling that goes back and forth.
This is really out there. It's got to curl in a hurry.
No, T-line, back 4.
No!
T-line.
That could have been short.
Straighter over there.
Weight was good. It's just, yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Nice weight.
Perfect speed by Team Canada just to get fooled on the curl. And as we all know, arena ice does straighten out as the game goes along, but they were fooled there for sure.
Sweeping it maybe, but it just doesn't, like, even Dawn's.
Yeah, she didn't have sweeping weight either.
Yeah.
Let's go. You got it.
I think that is one thing with the draws from now on. You cannot throw it there yourself. If you're going to ice it for what we call brushing weight, you have to throw it to the brushers.
Amber Holland and her first.
Oh, hat.
Saskatchewan
Easy.
with the last rock.
Hat. Oh, easy. Clean it. Yep. Whoa.
This is the off-the-hook shot here for Saskatchewan. Oh, thin. And too thin. It'll roll to the back edge of the 4.
Same shot. Yeah. I just have to make it better.
Now those are frustrating because that was perfectly thrown and they just missed the break.
Lost it. Yeah, good throw. Shoot.
Lost it on the brushing.
Should have been on it.
All week we've said that there is going to be the curl there, that you have to trust it, you have to know it as the brushers, and the front end simply missed it.
Well, the line call was missed. That would be Kim in the house, although I don't think Amber thought it was going to break that hard either.
Let's go down. So you need full 4.
It's tough this time of game, isn't it? You're running out of pebble, so it does get straighter, but if you run out of too much pebble, which is in the dead middle where the slide path is, they will start to curl up again, so you have to be so aware. That was a tough mistake.
And that view on the coach's monitor on the bench shows that if Jennifer puts this top 4, there is a yellow rock you can run in, but this one might be a problem.
Maybe a hair left. Got a curl.
Better line.
Line only.
So asking an officer here in the 7th as it busts towards the center. Oh my! Great brushing as it moved very late and may have surprised them too, and she'll put it on the pin.
Wow. Well, I think there's just a spot that was right at the cross line, like the big frosty over there. Yeah. Good shot, Jen. Okay. The brushing. Oh, sorry, I need to smack you.
Whoa.
Wow, we just got that. Yeah. Came out the other side.
Earl Morris, the coach for Team Canada, of course holds the distinction of being the only person to represent 3 different provinces at the Brier.
And Janet Arnott with him. That used to be the coach of Jennifer Jones, so there's a ton of experience behind this team.
Spot that does go.
Looks pretty good to the 2 of them right now.
Yeah, I think she's only playing it to tap it. 9. Let's go.
Not much choice here.
No, you can't quite see enough to get through the hole and play the red double. If you could and stay, you'd score 2 points, but now you have to play that angle.
Yep. 9. Okay, let's go. Think a hair more, Kim. You got it.
Big shot here. It's potentially makeable to hit. If you hit it almost on the nose, you'd make the back double and save your raised rock, but I think they'd be very happy just to remove one red one.
Yeah, it's limiting now.
So this is an angle raise for 1.
No.
If you're really greedy, you'd love to get 2.
Whoa.
Curl a hair, come up for her, and she will not, and it will be a steal of 2 for Team Canada. And that thing we call momentum is swinging the way of Team Canada.
Yeah, great brushing.
Here we go. The trivia for our game is how many times has Saskatchewan been the #1 seed? Amber Holland, with a record of 9-2, comes in seeded #1 in the 30 years of the Scotties. Let you think about it as we think about this game and how the momentum has changed. 2 in the 6th with the last rock. Steal of 2 in 7 for Team Canada now. For the first time, they have the lead up by 1, 6-5. Saskatchewan will once again have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 8.
Okay, we're all there right now.
Whoa, Jill, it's out there.
Well, it wasn't bad to give up a steal, but a steal of 2 is very costly. It really changes the way Saskatchewan approaches this game, and just that miscue on the hit and roll on Amber Holland's first, and then a little too much ice. She called a little more ice on the last, and it did not curl up.
Interesting. We've heard that, in fact, a number of times throughout the week, Russ, where they make the decision at the house end, go down, get in the hack, look, and go, give me a little more. And it's never, to my mind, anyway, to my memory, been the positive thought. They just seem to make a mistake.
Yeah, sometimes it works, but it's, they're all great athletes. And I talked earlier in the show about visualization, and that gut feel, that first instinct seems to be the one that wins more often than not.
Or you can't roll out.
And will not.
And the reason I'm saying that is the corner guard would be gone if she did that. But instead, Jennifer has to go after this rock.
Every time you throw that kind of weight at a rock like that, you're bringing that risk in there. You could just tap the enemy rocks back. They don't have to be out of play. As a matter of fact, it might be beneficial to have them behind the tee line.
No, no, never off.
We know this spot going
Right
the other
off.
direction. This inside-out shot runs pretty
Never,
straight. It's where Amber made the double. It hardly curled at all.
She flared it on release.
Okay.
And will get enough, but can't hold the shooter.
Hola. Go, Tammy.
Jill, I think you put it a little in out, and it's subtle on this particular situation because she has an extension of the arm, but a little pop in out, and then it's just riding that line that's on the guard for so long. Came up enough to pick it out.
Okay, you're okay. Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good. Hey, we can wait then. Though. You're fine, you got room. Lots of room. Whoa, you look heavy. We're heavy. Whoa. Set. Okay, okay. Good call, Kim.
You just gave us a hair at the end.
Yeah.
What'd you
Good
get?
call. 38. Back eight.
That's great, Jill.
Yeah. It's deeper than they wanted, but it accomplishes one thing. You've got Jill Officer playing a draw and a draw free situation. You'll still have some room to move around that corner.
Okay, Natalie.
We got lots.
Not terrible.
Never for
I
line.
think we're through.
Close, clean.
No.
We're all
No.
Off.
there. Big bump.
Big bump?
Yeah.
We talked about the habit of being a hair heavy. It would be a better habit to be a hair light.
Okay. Good job.
Oh, boy.
Didn't see that.
So how many times has Saskatchewan been the #1 seed? So here I'm thinking, and going back to the Sandra Schmirler days, maybe I'll say 2 of the 3 there. I'll say 3 or 4 times.
I'll say 5.
I'm going with Vic for 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Quiet.
All around it.
Yep.
Yep.
Sherry Anderson,
Really
of course,
hard.
and then the great Schmirler years.
Really hard. Right
The
to
trivia
it.
is brought to you by Scotties, proud supporter of women's curling for, yes, 30 years.
Yep.
Playing the double,
Okay, Tam.
just about, but you've got to make sure that one stays.
And it does too.
Whoa, less than 10. Sorry, good sweep.
Are we second?
We're first.
What? Are we? Okay.
Well, the only problem with brushing this is twofold. First of all, you can see what happens and see how far this one rolls. So they were just not sure of that ice and that weight. Needed to brush it to try and get it to stay, but it is the shot stone at the back of the house belonging to Canada.
Clean only. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It'll be interesting to see how Amber tries to negotiate this if this one sticks, because there's a long distance between the reds if it does.
Really hard! Hard! Really hard!
Caitlin Laws.
Hard!
And she manages to bop it right on the beak. Sit right there.
Great shot, Vic. Those aren't easy, and it's so important to hang around for obvious reasons. Now, with only 4 rocks left, Saskatchewan has to turn this into a 2-ender, but making some tough shots.
Here you go.
It's tough shots, and it's not the shots you were hoping to be asking of your third, Kim. You're hoping to be asking for some come-arounds.
Yep.
They're trying to bring into play that other yellow in the rings, or they could just ignore these and draw.
Whoa, whoa.
Nothing wrong with a freeze, Linda, either, to try to create a miss.
Yeah.
Amber's choice is to try and
Whoa.
get a little roll.
Oh, is that any good?
And roll she will. Bumps it back to sit for shot stone.
This is quite precise shooting. As we said, it's fairly easy to draw in a position where you were shot rock. But to get that long roll with that angle, that was a tough shot.
Tough for Canada now to not set up a double.
A little more.
Yep. Hard. More weight. Hard. Hard. You gotta go really hard. Yeah. Right to
Big
it.
scrub now from
Oh, you got go.
Askin, an officer to hold it, and they do.
Good
I wanted to make sure, 'cause I thought it would go. Good brush.
Okay, I'm not girl.
Thanks.
Go, Kim.
Just wanted to make
Just enough angle that this double could be missed. You hit it a little thick, you could go roll across the top. I think they're just going to try to hit and flop on top.
They are trying to get a mistake by getting the roll onto the other red stone.
Caitlin Law, as we had said earlier, struggled, maybe nerves, as Russ suggested, 63%. She's now up to 78.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Go. Hard. Go.
Nope,
That's good.
nothing.
We can roll here. It's just that it's going to be a.
Yeah.
I think we got to roll this way.
Yeah. Even nose is pretty
Nose
good.
isn't terrible. Or a little roll this way.
Yeah, I like that. Which one do you want to play? Just so
I kind of like this better. Do you?
Okay.
Because if we go here, they're just
Freezing.
coming around. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
This is what my
It jumped
two.
here, yeah.
Let's talk some more numbers and compare the skips, Linda.
Well, one of the concerns was Jennifer Jones and whether she had the feel for the ice. Well, yes, she does. Her draws are at 92%, and she has crept up in the numbers. Amber has gone down, and now it is Jones with the edge. Last end, Amber had missed that hit, that run back. A tough shot, but I think she over-iced herself, and she'll have to be careful about that tendency.
The player numbers brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association. Skip Stones here in 8.
Jennifer's very happy with the way this end has progressed, with Amber hitting and not trying to play the freezes and draws. And so she's trying to set it up so she encourages more hitting, but no double.
Good, Jen. To roll it a bit more.
Yeah. Good, Jen. Yeah. Just 10.
The double's there, Linda, but it has to be incredibly soft weight. I think a normal weight double, you hit in the desired spot, you roll out, and the other options roll on top again. So I think they're just talking like a heavy hack or board here.
Roll. Like I was going to play a 10 and just try to
I
guess
love
the
this.
back one.
This is fine.
Good. Here you go.
Tough shot because this is probably your only chance to score your 2. If you miss the double here, you might not have a chance with your next one. It's there, though.
Amber knows the risk is low about this whole end. It's not congested like last end with guards, but this would be a big shot if she could set up the deuce.
Amber Holland and her first here in 8. Trying to angle it back, make the double, and hold the shooter to sit 2. Okay, there's the angle back. She got it. Going to spill them both. Hold the shooter. Yes, she will. And sitting 2, Saskatchewan.
You know, it's those huge runbacks, that angle in off she made earlier. Those are the ones you remember for the highlight reel. This was a tough shot.
This is incredibly tough, Linda, because getting the line's one thing, but the speed had to be spot on. You're throwing a double with hack weight. It's just so well done.
Although Caitlin tried to get it out, it had the perfect weight.
Couldn't have rolled to a better spot. This is a pretty tough double, too.
Yes, indeed.
Now the challenge is to hang around. You're not much room for error. It's a freebie for 2.
Yep. Hard, really hard.
Right out of her hand. You can hear Jennifer Jones calling on Don Askett and Jill Officer. And then there's Caitlin Law is looking for the big scrub.
Sorry, guys. Good brush.
And they won't be able to hold it for her. So it will be the open draw for 2 for Saskatchewan.
Well. Good
to retake the lead.
Oh, shoot. We just have to roll.
And there again, that hit and roll. The roll out, that's a big roll out, because if you can get them to have to hit something back of the house, you never know if you'll get a mistake.
It's okay, just got to make sure we blank or
yeah.
Get her. I think it's reach.
Great control of the thrown rock. Kim making the hit and roll right over, that's made it possible for the soft double by Amber, and well played end here.
Line's nice, all you.
Good.
Put it in the paint.
Easy.
Anywhere
Line's
in
fine.
the house.
Make it good. Make it good.
The wide open draw. You couldn't ask for any more. Saskatchewan and Amber Holland will get 2 here in 8. They'll take the lead, and we have 2 to go here on a Friday night. Boy, it's been busy already with lots of trades. Will there be more? Hyundai Trade Center 2011 is your home for complete trade day coverage. And it all begins 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 Pacific. You can watch online, tsn.ca, or go with TSN Mobile, and including the new Trade Center iPad app. I think those 2 guys were cheating. So here we go. 9th. It's the 1-2 page playoff game. The winner goes right through to Sunday's final. Saskatchewan has the lead. They're up by 1, 7-6. Team Canada, Jennifer Jones, 3-time defending champion, has the last rock playing the Red Stones.
Well, we saw the great numbers for Heather, the lead for Saskatchewan. She's really the critical person this end. They would love to force the single. She put out the tight guard beautifully. The come around for Dawn is a little deep. They would have liked to have frozen that one. Comes up a little short. Not bad. It all depends now on the angles.
Can't remember the last time Dawn Askin may have had a poor game. She's just one of the most consistent leads in women's, men's curling, wherever it may be.
And they're prepared to play similar shots every end, which is a little advantage mentally for Dawn, but she still executes beautifully right up until that one. You jinxed her, Vic.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's the time in the game you go that little wider because they wanted to get it on the angle. They didn't want to totally bury, and you take that extra 6 inches ice, you're into some nice crisp pebble, and it'll slide that little bit farther.
So you have to do a lot of talking at the hack end and really thinking about every path at this stage of the game.
Wait, we're all there. Okay, you're ready.
You know, we often talk about controlling those emotions, those nerves early in a game. We may have seen some jitters from Caitlin Laws. This is also the time when nerves have to be controlled and not trying to do too much. Isn't it interesting? First Dawn Askin, and now on the other side, Tammy Schneider.
Maybe you gotta go there.
That's what you need to do in the hack, is take that deep breath and make sure that kick out of the hack isn't so big.
It's like that, sir. I know what you're going to ask me. It's like that center guard is a hand grenade or something. They just have to seem to stay away from it. That same weight's not bad if it racks.
We keep talking about that. And we talked in the break about the issue about trying to force a single, but even giving up 2 isn't terrible for Saskatchewan because you get the hammer back in 10. But how many times do we get into this kind of end and see something like a 3 go on the board?
No bounce. Whoa, it's got to curl. Whoa. No bounce. No bounce. That's good. Good.
There's a beauty there. Nice angle. The yellow clears the red. Lining up nice for Canada.
Freeze on the inside. Can we play the freeze sheet like she just did? Yeah. Yeah?
Just a hair less on this side, Tim.
Freeze, or even if you tapped it a little bit and sort of unleashed that yellow to the out in the top 8 foot and change the setup a bit.
There's no line. Switch and go. Line's going to get better. You can go. Hard.
Switch sides with the brushes to try and get a little more curl.
Hard. Right to it, hard. Good shot.
Shot stone right on the lid. That belongs to Team Canada. They do have last rock here in the night.
Okay, I don't quite have a quarter. Oh, you do. It just doesn't look like it. You have probably about a half.
What kind of way?
She's needing a little convincing, Jennifer.
How much, y'all?
Standard play, the way if you're throwing it, I can't see a thing. It's dead buried.
It's coming from that other side of the hack, and looking at that situation, I'm sure it looks quite guarded.
Big. Pull then.
Chance to sit 3.
Close. Yeah.
Word out of her hand was big.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're rolling out, so.
And there it goes.
A little thinner.
And there they are, 3 top 8 on the pinhole and back 8.
We talked about it in the break, Linda. You go hard for the force, and what happens time and time again with the Saskatchewan 1-up, they'd love to force, but by being aggressive, sometimes you force the opponent to 3.
And the fact that that one little draw, the rock that's left in the house, top 12 for Saskatchewan, over curled and left that corner for Jennifer. It was a hard shot, but they made it.
9.5. Okay. Let's go.
Luckily for Saskatchewan, this isn't easy either, but if you hit a third to a half, you might make the double.
Clean. 9.5. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. No.
Going to come up enough for her, angle it back. Oh, and then it jams at the back. The raised rock does spill out into the open.
Or you sweep that all the way down, you might even make the triple. Double for sure.
Top 8.
That's break the jam. Little thinner here, Linda. The red goes across the top. The second red comes straight back, and you probably wouldn't make the triple, but you certainly could have finished off both those reds.
Caitlin Laws.
Now this is a big shot because it's not hard to get in on those back 2 and cut it down at the moment. But if this one's blocking the path, you make a play to the back, they just keep piling them in on this side.
Yeah. To it. Hard. Quick. You gotta go.
Diving at the center guards by that one.
Whoa.
And right down on top. To sit 4. Here in the 9th.
Hey.
Is it like an 80 or 85?
What kind of weight are you playing?
Just a freeze.
90.
Okay. Freeze it on there.
I think this side is a little faster, and that has shown in rocks going too deep on this side.
Kim has to get pretty close to the guard here.
Line's pretty good.
Kim Schneider.
Go then. Hard then. Line's pretty good. Line's great. Hard.
On the front
Line's
end.
really good. You can get it there.
Heather Kalinchuk and Tammy Schneider thought they needed to brush it out of her hand.
You gotta go.
Gotta go, girls. You can hear them. And great judgment by the front end from Toronto, Saskatchewan.
Great communication about the path, a lovely throw, and great brushing.
I know, my weight wasn't even turned. No, because if we would have hit what you could see, it was going past that, or like hitting that back one. But
You hate to be freezing in the face of 2 enemy rocks, but still a nice shot.
The only other shot is to go here.
One call a timeout?
Yeah. What do you
So
guys
they've
think
called
before
for
he
a
gets
coach's visit.
Earl.
And Earl Morris
Yeah, before he gets
will come down to the ice.
Yeah, we can throw a guard. She tries to come here. That's hard. The only other shot is to try to get all 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if we miss it and then they go here, now we're forced.
Yeah. And if we play here, we got to get to the inside, right?
Yeah.
God.
I mean, we can go here.
Manitoba,
Pretty good,
Quebec,
I think.
and
I just don't- I
Ontario,
wanna-
the provinces he represented at the Brier.
Yeah.
And then she sticks it buried. I think we got to either go here or
What do you
I
like?
agree. I think you want a best guaranteed 2, and you're going to do that by guarding, I think, and then maybe you have to come around for your last one for 3.
Yeah, right there, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have to worry about quarter tucking.
I just don't want her
Think
to.
so?
I don't think so.
What are you afraid of?
If she hits ours straight back and nuts, and
Just
she's.
come over here and talk to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't want her to have a straight run back.
Yeah, so you leave it a little higher, is that what you're saying?
Well, no,
Yeah,
I just.
I don't mind here. I don't want to go here.
Okay.
You don't want to go there?
No, I'd rather not. I
Yeah,
don't really
yeah,
want
you-
to. I don't want to leave her this.
Yeah.
And then she's got that. Like right now, she's got nothing off that 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so make
I'd
sure.
rather like even here
Okay.
makes it hard.
Yep.
I mean, the other choice that's tough and scary would be the corner freeze and the yellow one, but that's really,
That's
really
yeah.
tough.
I think we got to go there.
Okay.
Okay. Halfway-ish, or.
Pardon me? Yeah, 4 feet right there. Yeah, right where your foot is.
So guarantee yourself 2 seems to be the feeling, and the guard will help do that.
Pretty nice there, Caitlin.
Well, it certainly will make Amber have a very difficult shot on
makes
the
the
other
draw
side,
work,
not to leave something, a double or a
I'll
way
try
in
and
for
give it to you
Jennifer.
guys. Line is super important here.
Okay.
Let's go.
Great awareness by the young
You can keep
Caitlin
it
Laws,
out
too,
there.
saying that line is super important. It can be a little long, it can be a little tight, but you have to get the line. Obviously, you leave that yellow one exposed. It's a chance to tap it up for Saskatchewan.
Line's tight. Keep it out there.
Yeah. Go, go, go.
4 feet. 4 feet. Gonna over curl. Over and
Whoa.
up. Over and up.
Heavy.
Hard clean it.
Heavy clean.
Hard clean.
Whoa.
Hard clean. Hard clean. Just hard clean. Oh, 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 oh,
Sit.
oh, oh,
Sit,
oh.
sit, sit.
Okay, Caitlin.
It's a pretty good spot.
Well,
I think.
considering where they wanted it,
Pretty good.
which was a little tighter to the rings and between the yellows, was that a good shot?
Well, they didn't mind it higher, Vic, but it did overcurl a tiny bit.
You like
This-
this?
This one isn't going anywhere.
Right.
It's pretty long, but what if you played to here?
Well, this is one of those where you have to be very careful not to set something up.
Yeah. Like the problem with that shot is I got to play it with some weight, and is it going to actually finish? Think I can get to here with like back 12?
No.
Just enough to probably move it to here to cut her
Which
scoring
doesn't
zone
really
down.
help us.
Well, makes this.
Yeah, but
one-
you can do that over here too.
I don't mind that.
Will it finish over here, do you think?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah.
past
One.
the
Oh,
eighth?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, because we can even get to here.
Yeah, but then if she noses it, then you're really in trouble, right?
What's that?
If you get to there and she plays it with like just through weight, then we're really in trouble.
But if it's buried to here, she won't be able to play it with any weight to get it. Right?
Yeah. Well, and the pick, well, that just opens it up even more. Could play that later if I needed to.
Yeah.
Well, I like the draw first.
This there?
I think so.
Because even if you're here, like she's not going to play that draw over there right now, is she?
Well, that's the problem. Because this option here too, even if I angle it and leave my shooter there, isn't awful.
I don't mind.
That's my favorite. But if you roll off too far, you'll leave her a double.
Well, no, I'm not throwing that much weight.
No, you're just
I'm only
trying
going
to
to throw
move
back
it.
4.
Right, back 4.
I don't mind that.
Okay. She's still going to have this whole side. We won't be able to move that far now.
But she still has it here, Cam.
Okay, whatever you
Right?
like then.
So,
Not if you get it button, though.
The concern with this shot, the tap is the
Like, if
shot,
we- if we
but where do you
move this
roll?
into here,
If you
roll
happen
to
to
here,
roll out in this area,
it
you
still
might
has
set
the
up a
same
double.
button.
like it's completely
Just it's
different.
5 buried.
Yeah, but I don't want to get to button right now because then if she just comes and taps, then it's
I
the
still
3.
think you'll come around that guard though.
So,
Play this then.
like if we're going this side, I'm just going top here.
Yeah.
Right? Which maybe isn't bad because if she tries to come here, then I might have a double or
Yeah.
something there. Okay.
That's what I like.
You know, it's tough. We often talk about the vice
forfeit
skip,
then?
trying to present options.
Yeah.
You're not
Okay,
selling
let's
so
go.
that you're not convincing the person throwing the last rock about the shot.
She sold.
She sold it. Now, I'm not saying it was the wrong shot. Jennifer has a very difficult shot at the moment, and there are options. But you want to be so careful because Amber's throwing well right now, and you don't want to take her out of her comfort. I must admit, the other side bothered me a little about what you showed, Russ, and the potential of leaving a wrong spot.
Yeah, you corner on that, and it's a tap to sit 4 or 5 buried, and with only one saving rock for Saskatchewan left. But this is no picnic either. To get second shot even would be brilliant.
I'm nice.
We gotta go.
Hey, hard then.
Amber Holland,
really good.
Saskatchewan, first of the skip rocks
hard,
here in the 9.
3. Okay.
Oh, it's going to come up light.
We're really short. Slow. Okay. Slow. Yeah. Okay.
Getting closer to a 4 here.
Yeah.
Because hers right now is fully buried. What does she have on hers?
No.
She has nothing on this right
You think she's got that? I think that's hard.
now. On what? The yellows?
Yeah.
I think she's only killing one
Yeah.
going off.
I think
It
we
might give
gotta
us a
go
better
here.
chance at scoring more.
Unless she's got this wrap around.
Yeah, I think we got to do it first. You got it.
It all depends on that in-turn yellow that they took so much time thinking about and then didn't play. We know it's straight in that spot, but if Saskatchewan can draw around and tap that yellow right to the face, it certainly cuts the scoring area down. If they can tap the rock back a little bit, they can actually sit maybe second shot, but that's incredibly tough. So Team Canada's going to try to beat them in on the outturn side.
Yeah.
And with Amber's rock coming up short, and you have to wonder if that's because she wasn't really feeling the shot was the right one. It does leave an overlap for Jennifer to draw around.
I think it's going to be a little heavier out here.
Potential 4-ender here, and then with a well-thrown come around.
Oh, thank you. Whoopsie. Good eye.
It's big numbers, and this is her favorite kind of shot. There isn't a lot of room. But she seems to make a ton of these draws.
4 foot.
Jennifer Jones and her first. Wanting to be first to get in there on this outturn side. Sitting 2 now with last rock.
No, off then. Right off.
Officer and Askin have, in fact, backed off. And will it stop? Indeed it does. It stops to sit 3, but now going that deep, is that where Saskatchewan goes?
It is, Vic.
I think we needed to get that right out of there.
But it's a tough one, Linda. It's dead buried, and it's mathematically there. You hair the guard and get the speed in there. You can certainly get in for probably second shot and take away a big end, but
You gotta get right to the
you have
face
to be
of it.
dangerously close to this guard.
I think one of the hardest things is that Amber does throw it differently, and she can't really take the same ice ever from Jennifer.
Yeah, let's go. You got it.
Thanks.
There's a point here where it takes the curl. The weight will come off it in a hurry. If you're out as wide as Jennifer was, it's quicker.
Spin around early.
Final stone for Saskatchewan.
Line's not bad.
Right now,
Line's
Team
not
Canada
going yet.
sitting 3.
We can wait. We can wait. Switch. Whoa. We can wait.
Kalinchuk.
No, you're heavy.
Tammy Schneider
No, you need to
They
get
thought
way
it-
inside.
was pretty close now, but it needs to bust. Needs to bust.
Yes.
Needs to break in. And it will not. And so, does Team Canada have a chance here to draw for 4?
I had great weight.
That was the ice, and as I said, it's just been a struggle in some of those spots for Amber to cut it down enough for her
Yeah.
release.
A little.
Different. It comes from more of an inside-out position, doesn't she? A little more rotation and perfect way. That's a shame. That would have been right in there if you put the broom in the right spot. They jumped it a little early too.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks horrible.
Really? I think it looks better.
No?
I don't know.
Do you think I can get there?
It swoops pretty hard once you're past the front.
What?
It goes hard once you're like just
I only have half the yellow.
That's okay. Hers, she cleared it by quite a bit.
I just can't be heavy if
No,
we're heavy.
yeah,
Do you think the intern's there? It's pretty tight.
Does the other one look easier?
Well, that one looks easier, but I don't know. Is it there? Can I come to ours?
Don't you think that this draw on the right side, the outturn draw, is easier of the two?
It's a less dangerous, I think, is the key. Unless Jennifer throws back 8 and hits it on the high side, she can't really hurt herself. This in-turn, if you ever over curl and tap the yellow one in, could be a disaster.
Yeah, it should
Mind
cut.
you, all 3 are touching the button. I'm not sure that she can hurt herself either way.
No, I mean, just play it to real.
Almost. No, I know. Let's go over here. Yeah, I don't know if I can get.
You have to almost tuck a little piece behind that 6.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you? I don't think.
I think the other one is
okay, I'll just believe it. It just looks terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay.
They look bad, but I'm going to believe it.
If Amberson stopped a little shorter, this wouldn't be there.
Freeze key.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, Jen.
I think we can sweep it in this spot too.
Don't jump it. No.
It's tough when you had early control to see this situation arise.
We talked about it earlier. You get aggressive trying to force, and sometimes you do, but it's to more than one.
Saskatchewan led it 5-2 at the midway break. Team Canada has 3 in their pocket.
Stay close.
Yeah. Whoa.
Jennifer Jones, final stone, Officer and Askin.
Got a curl.
It's really close.
Yeah.
She didn't like it. She said it looked ugly. She said, I have to believe it. Have to believe it. Oh, no, and there's the rub. They left it too long, and Team Canada will get 3 here in 9.
Weight came off
It's
a
a
bit.
light, eh?
Yeah, but it just caught more of the curl. Sorry, guys. No, that's good.
They're up by 2 and looking for a spot in Sunday's final.
The 2011 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Scotties, proud supporter of women's curling for 30 years. The 2011 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. By Tim Hortons Premium Blend Coffee, always 20 minutes fresh. And by Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association.
Well, many of the teams are here in attendance. That's part of the Quebec team. Skip Marie-France LaRouche is not here. At least she's not with the group there. And Joelle Sabarin is on the right. Veronique Brassard, Veronique Gregoire, the front end. They finished at 4-7 from the Etchemin Curling Club, just across the river from Quebec City. Team BC, Kelly Scott, they lost the tie-breaking game earlier today, 9-8 to Nova Scotia. And Kelly Scott, of course, from Kelowna, the 2-time Canadian champion. Here we go to the 10th, and Canada explodes for 3 in the 9th to take the 9-7 lead. Tale of 2 halves, isn't it? First half belonging to Saskatchewan, second half belonging to Team Canada. And now Saskatchewan, down by a couple, do have the last drop here in 10, playing the Yellowstones.
You're riding center a little bit.
First one was top 4, top button by Don Askin in a perfect spot. Corner guard goes up. Jennifer plays the second one in this situation. Plays it to the middle, and it rolls off a little bit. That is potentially a good thing for Saskatchewan. You might be able to tap and set up a pocket.
Got it, Joe.
Jill Officer.
Hard! Really hard!
Got a couple nose hits on this outturn side for Jill over the week.
And there's another one. Time now for the game story.
And it is a tale of two halves. You said it, Vic. Beautiful first half for Saskatchewan. Big shot in 5 for Amber. But miscues on come-arounds on center guards in 7 and 9. That's what we said Team Canada does so well. That was the mistake Saskatchewan made. And look at all the scoring in the second half. Numbers pretty similar for the two skips. We've seen some big shots, but just in the middle part of the lineups, those mistakes were made.
The game story is brought to you by the Dominion, Canada's trusted insurance company.
Just a 5. Needs to move.
But you couldn't ask for more than this, Russ. You have 2 corners and rocks you can tap, so lots to work with.
Tons to work. It can't get any better. The 2 red ones are advantageous too, and it's a really good opportunity to score at least 2 here. This isn't curling enough, though.
Go, 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 go. Okay, Tom, that's fine. I think we want to stick around now. Here.
Got it, Jill. 10. Right at it.
It changes the plan a little bit. First of all, with that rock being open, it can be hit by Jill. But the fact that we just mentioned those red rocks are not in a great spot for Jennifer Jones.
Yeah!
She's actually going to try and save this shooter and roll over.
Gotta go hard, really hard. Hard! Whoa! Yep, yep. Hard! Really hard, really hard.
We're just nosing. Whoa, we're just nosing.
Okay,
That's fine.
And nosing they do.
Caitlin. There you go, Tom. Is the hit and roll any good? Which one? This one? Yeah. I don't think you're gonna. Okay. Be tough to stay. That's fine. I was just asking. It's not awful. Well, if it's, I don't like it playing it if it's not there. Okay. It's not bad either. Or you can just go here. Whichever you like.
I think this is a wise moment to call out the coach, because it seems that Amber, because she has choices, often you don't have any choice, and you know what you have to do. She wants to make sure she's got the sequence in place in her mind.
And the longtime coach for Amber Holland is Merv Fonger.
Like, this isn't bad.
That's not bad if you go behind the corner. The other thing I'm thinking about is if we can get something in there and force them to hit it off, we might be able to pop something either behind that one or that one there. It would be nice to get some of those behind the tee line.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind just a little tap.
I think that's a good call.
Okay.
I like back 4.
Yep.
Yeah, just, back 4.
Let's go, Tam. Lots of time, Tammy.
Like his idea, Russ?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a good move. Throwing weight at that top red one is obviously dangerous. You roll out and you've got one less rock you can put on the scoreboard, and they need rocks right now. Tapping that back a little bit, it does 2 things. If it's accomplished, it's very difficult to remove the yellow, and you could end up with a jam. And B, you'll probably lose a red one or 2 for Team Canada removing the yellow, which opens up that scoring area.
Again, then can use the corner guard and be shot rock.
Got quite a bit. Just hit. 89.
There's no way I'm playing big hits, that's for sure.
Hard. Whoa.
Oh, this
Something
grab.
happened.
Whoa. Whoa, you're going to go through the hole.
We're going to have lots for through.
Through the rings, too, I think. They might need a tick here.
Tough one, Tam.
Just trying to slow down.
Okay.
And it won't. Out the back.
Now, it caught something, but that was heavy. That was supposed to be T-line weight, so you just tapped it back.
Did you guys clean it?
Can you clean?
Oh, it picked.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
This is right where it picked.
I didn't see where it picked.
Well, come up further, right by the heart.
Hurry.
You do have to be paying attention. I often see people not realize that it was an overcurl on a pick. And so they don't go out and clean up the house. You never know if the rock picked and then dropped the debris.
Yes, probably did. By the look of it, it started to spin, so I think it shed which allowed it to slide even farther once it starts to spin more, and a bad break for Saskatchewan.
No. Off. Right off.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You get the miss, and now you turn around.
Yeah. It's a stubborn little
you
guard
flash
over there.
the guard, and you take out a Team Canada stone as well.
Two misses on the same guard. Jill hit it on the nose, and a complete flash there, and good opportunity now.
So they did the job for you on one of those rocks in the 4-foot, so you can now just go around the corner.
Let it move. Let it wait a bit. Let it move. Keep to bend. No room. Yeah, switch and go. Yeah, line. You gotta get line. Hard. Line. Keep coming. Keep going. Keep going. Gotta keep going.
And around they go. To sit for second shot. Kim Schneider.
That's a perfect shot.
Another nice one by Kim. She's played well.
Don't have any, right?
I have an inch on the outside.
You want to play it?
They kept bringing it to get it buried. It actually did overbury a tiny
that
bit.
way, that's fine, eh?
Yeah. Firm.
Okay, Kale.
You just throw a 9, Caitlin.
Okay.
One or the other, though, right?
Oh, for sure. This bud better make some noise. You can't miss wide. It has to hit something. Absolutely.
8.5.
Yeah! Really hard, guys. Really hard.
Right to it.
I don't really want to take one of your others out on the way by.
No, taking this red out doesn't help them.
And
Okay,
down on top. Continue to sit 2.
That's good.
Oh, sorry, Amber. Thanks.
Good brush. Fine.
It helped them in some ways as they managed to get lucky and hit and put 2 in there that it's getting late enough that they have to be careful here. But if that rock had rolled right through, taking out their own, it opened up the second corner guard, as Linda mentioned. You sink another one.
Sorry about the first one.
Chance for 3.
I don't want
Same way. It's great.
Bit of a break, really.
It is. Amber's going to give it a go around the corner and ignore those 2 reds.
Here more.
Line's good.
We're 7.
Whoa,
then, Tammy. Whoa,
Oh, we're good. Line's, weight's good.
Line.
Lots of line,
Got
guys.
lots of line. You got to be heavy. Whoa.
We're 7 all
No.
on our own. All on our own.
Just T-line.
We're
Line's
deeper.
nice.
No, we're not.
Go a little bit.
Yep. T-line. Hard.
Good.
One side, then the other. Kim Schneider again comes around the corner.
Guys.
Over there.
Okay.
So half rock is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's like a 10.
Okay.
That bit of a break for Caitlin Laws, jamming on her own, which it was not a smart move. Staying in the rings could win them this game. If Jennifer negotiates this properly, there's 3 red to be removed with only 2 rocks to go here.
And that was the risk that Amber took in ignoring them and not playing the tap back on those 2 reds. She's taking the chance that Jennifer will make a mistake, and with Amber's 2, she can set something up.
Like if you corner froze, she could have played everything.
Clean it. Hard, really hard. Right to it, guys.
Out of her hand, even Jennifer Jones knew it.
You gotta go. Hard.
Asking an officer.
Yep.
Second one narrow in this spot in the game. Rolls out so that yellow one is 3rd shot.
Sorry. It's all right. Throw it very well. Sweet.
Let's curl that.
Sorry, Caitlin. I
That's
didn't
okay.
throw that very well. It looked like a lot of ice, but that's where I rolled out in the ice end, too.
We gotta
Oh.
Even if you stuff it to there.
So here.
Yeah. 9.5, I think, Kim.
Okay. Let's go. You got this.
I think you have to make the double now, Linda. There's really no possibility for a 3. I guess you could tap this back and hope for a complete miss, but
Okay, I think you gotta play it now.
you don't make the double now.
so, too.
Even if you roll
You
out,
gotta
it's
roll
not
the
awful
shooter
because you
though,
have
hey?
one buried around the
Okay.
corner.
If you played something cutesy and Jennifer either guarded or got it on the right angle so you couldn't get at both reds, you'd be in trouble.
9.5.
Yeah, let's go. You got it.
Nine and a half. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Going to come up enough to make the double. Yes, she does, and she'll sit right there, top 8. The 2 that Saskatchewan needs to force an extra.
We said she had to play it. The reason we said she had to play it and maybe didn't want to is you do leave an angle on the other yellow.
Good throw. Thanks. Well, let's hope.
Yeah. Jen.
Firm.
Yeah. Let's go. Go.
Jennifer's going to play the outside in shot. We used to play the inside out turn across the face, which give you a higher roll, but you don't get as much action. So with this turn, it keeps the spin of the out turn. You'll get more spin. You have to hit it a little thicker. But this is makeable with a ton of weight.
The double will end it. Make them go away. And Team Canada, Jennifer Jones, will find their way into Sunday's final. Jones in her last.
Hard. Hard. Real hard.
Officer and
Okay.
asking. Not this time. She'll sit there. And so it'll be a hit and
Sorry, guys.
a little inside roll. They need it. They got to get rid of it. Little inside roll. How can they bang it on the beak, Linda? Maybe they can. Yeah, they can because of the other stone. So hit for 2.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All attributable to the flashed guard by Laws.
You didn't.
Yeah, they had 2 mistakes on the guards, Vic, that led to this. Jill nosed it. Caitlin jammed it. A nice come around by Saskatchewan to get that one buried.
Clean.
Hit, stick, and we'll go one more.
Just clean. Yeah, little. Clean.
Amber Holland.
So.
Saskatchewan, they get their deuce. And a spot in Sunday's final will come down to an extra end on a Friday night in Charlottetown, PEI. Well, earlier today, of course, Nova Scotia and Heather Smith-Daisy from the Mayflower in Halifax was a winner over British Columbia and Kelly Scott of Kelowna, so she picks up the 4th spot. Tonight's 1-2 page playoff between Saskatchewan and Canada means the winner will go right through to Sunday's final, and the loser will fall into the semi-final against the winner of tomorrow's 3-4 Ontario, Rachel Holman from Ottawa against Nova Scotia. Saskatchewan gets 2 in 10, takes advantage of a couple of mistakes. And so here we are, 9-9, and Team Canada will have the last rock here in this extra playing the Red Stone. This is Don Askin.
Half in the 4.
Everybody plays this differently. We talk about the tick being played on the front rock. Jennifer plays the come around.
Whoa, you're by. Yeah! Hard!
Gotta go for line.
Make it good. It looks light. Oh. Yeah. Half in the 4. Go, go, go. Come on, Jill. Go! Hard, Jill. Go, 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 go. Wow.
Well, it actually comes out the other side.
Yeah. That really bit.
Now, normally we'd say Jill is the one that can peel, so Dawn doesn't make that perfectly. The double peel will be made by Jill, but tonight is not a night
Look
where
up,
we can
guys.
say that's an
Line's
automatic.
Okay, we're okay.
Heather being asked for a second
It's got to
guard.
move. Line's fine. Go 3. Line's fine for 3.
Want to tuck this a little bit, want to line them up so there is no double peel. Gotta go.
Go, go, go. Right tight.
Good
Shots,
sweep.
Heather.
Good girl.
Kind of like going here.
Okay. What's that, bunny 4? Shot 4?
Actually, I don't mind trying it. Do you like trying it?
Sure.
Put on. Actually, Dawn, we'll go this way. Sorry.
It's all right.
So you saw the temptation by Jennifer to play another come around. That usually is her tendency. Well, they've changed to the tick.
Look quiet. No, Jill. Off, off, off,
Good
off.
hack. Forward.
Right off.
Forward.
Not even close.
Should have went the other way.
No, 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 no.
I think it's solid, keeps that speed on it.
Thanks.
Okay. Almost should have.
What's that?
That's the straight turn,
There's a
right?
ring right on the ice. You can see it right
You
here.
almost should have swept it out of your hand.
Right there.
Yeah, I guess Yeah. Good
Go,
weight.
Tammy.
Right
go.
around everything?
Yeah.
Let's go. You got it.
That's how important that top rock is too, Linda. The first one by Dawn, it's a great shot, dead buried, and you want it in front of the tee line, but there
Line's
is
real tight.
enough
We
room
can
to
wait a
sneak
bit.
one in there.
We're 7 on our own.
So they were playing into the 4 foot and it
We're gonna
didn't
be
quite
close.
get there.
Line's
Line's
good.
good.
6, 7. Line's good. Yep, you gotta go line. Whoa, no, you're okay.
Weight's
Close.
great.
Line only. Whoa.
We don't want to go.
Whoa.
Where'd you back for?
Okay.
No, it'll slip to the back 8. Shot stone remains. Team Canada top 8. Center line.
Just overthrowing him.
Got it, Joe.
Totally wasted rock. It was close to where they wanted it, but once it's behind that 4 foot, you might as well not have thrown it at all.
It's just that reminder at this stage of the game because there's nerves out there, of course, and you have to remind yourself
No.
about the path. That is a fast
No,
path
no.
to begin with.
Boy, she's
Curl
really
a hair, Jill. Curl a hair.
tossed this. Lower numbers, I think, that we may have expected from both seconds. Tammy Schneider and Jill Officer.
Okay, so Joe.
Line's good. It's nice.
No, no, that looks like
It's
time's
over.
Kim. Whoa.
It's fine.
No, guys, whoa.
Line's fine.
You're
It's
over.
fine.
Love a little
You're
separation
over,
here,
whoa.
otherwise Jill will make you pay.
Whoa, Heather. Good, Tam.
Good shot.
There's enough angle to get them both and roll away with the type of speed that'll be coming from Jill.
Well, that's the hard part about getting separation. That's why a lot of people just come into the rings, triangle freezes and things, because big weight, you put the broom almost in the middle of the rock and she throws it.
Gotta go.
But not tonight. Just the one.
Well, there aren't many that have that ability. Jill Officer. Throw it that heavy.
Back up.
Kim made a nice come around last end.
Yeah, you gotta go, I think. Needs to move.
She went
Needs
around
to
both
move.
corners,
We
didn't
can
she?
wait. Go,
Two
Landon,
beauties,
you
yes.
need to go. Oh, I think it's over.
We're okay now.
Needs to curl.
That's the hard part. They're letting guards drop because they want the distance out there. That means that it's got less time
Yes.
to curl, and she keeps taking the same ice.
Sets up the angle here, doesn't it?
Good throw. Okay.
This is where Caitlin needs to take the deep breath. Mistakes last end.
Close. It's real close.
Curl. Ah. My fault, Caitlin. Nice throw.
Same thing, Kim. Thought it was soft, so I just didn't want to make sure.
Line's better. We can wait a little bit.
If it's more, whoa, Tammy.
Line's better.
Whoa, Tammy. Just clean. Just over. Hard.
You're over.
Hard.
Good.
Good.
And just over it is. Wow.
But it's such a long guard. I think they should have tried to guard their other guard.
Yeah, because they're going to the guard that hurts now is the closest one, and it's wide open. That long guard really is of no danger.
Now we'll peel this, eh?
Okay. Then they're just gonna bump it back.
Oh, interesting.
I wouldn't do this,
Yeah, I
Linda,
like
would
this
you?
one.
I'd peel the short one.
I guess you can still get them both. Maybe that's what the thinking is.
Hard, whoa! That's good, Caitlin. Clean it. Clean it. Good. Good.
Chuck it through, Dawn. Fast.
Yeah. Gotta go.
So skip stones to come here in this extra of a 9-9 tie.
Or more staggered.
You guys like one more?
Whatever you like.
Well, think this through now for me,
I don't mind coming around now.
Linda.
Where we had for that.
You put up another guard. You try to guard your guard.
Yeah.
They will likely peel.
She had
And then what do you do?
Well, you've got to get something into the button.
On the second
I'm
one.
always one of those as a skip. I like to give it a go on my first.
go
I think
back
partly
for it,
because
though,
Amber's
okay.
had such a struggle in finding a place to put the broom for these come-arounds.
And Jennifer Jones might not peel, Vic. She might just go around herself, beat you to it. If she comes in top four, partially
Maybe it's her
open,
in her second
even
one
if you
here.
come around the other
Yeah.
way, she's got to run back with a saver. So I don't think Jennifer would throw the guard or peel a guard.
Good.
And when you think back now, we were going this way in the 9th.
Deeper and more golden.
And that was the opportunity. Remember when Saskatchewan had a chance to come in and get the button? You know, she was trying to get to the nose inside and roll in, and she hung it out there a little bit. So
Yeah, just the way
further
she
to your
throws.
point, yeah.
Has trouble getting that curl.
Whoa,
And
Tammy.
you cut the ice down and worry about it catching it too early.
Don't need to go close. Wait if you need to now.
Once it goes, it will go, though.
Yep, line. Hard line.
So in they go.
Hard, hard, hard.
Helen Chunk and Tammy Schneider.
Oh, what happened to that one?
A little light.
Just a spot there, Vic, where you get a little wider, it runs beautifully, and then in tight it goes, and the sweepers just did not communicate.
Well, but we didn't have line until the weights started to come off.
So here's the double whammy. Doesn't
Yeah,
get
they
there,
needed to go for
and
me.
it overlaps on the
I
red.
said go if you need to. Mine's
Jennifer has the come around now on the other side, and as Russ said, if she gets top four, top button,
You okay here, Dawn? With
now
that?
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
exactly.
You thought you were light?
Yeah, well, I slid bad too, so.
Okay. Because Caitlin was
That
surprised
was
at it, but I
actually
don't want to throw
perfect out of
more.
her hand.
Like,
Just a little bit of sweeping earlier, keeping it out in the good stuff.
half in the four, you guys.
Even if Jennifer misses this light, Linda, it's going to be a tough shot for Saskatchewan to get the corner of that 4-foot on the outturn
I've got
side.
lots of spice. I'm not even trying to play tight spot.
You have to go.
Then you can go. Line's good.
Line's good. It's all you.
You can go. She liked the line out of her hands, and officer and asking her going.
Yeah. Hard. Hard line. Hard line.
Now it's starting to dive at the pile of stones sitting on the center line. Trying to wrap one around to the 4-foot. Trying to wrap it around their own center line, top 8. Oh, and they're going to come up light too. So here's the chance for Saskatchewan. Can they find their way in?
Sorry. It's late. Oh, that's not the deal.
Yeah, 6 one, half a dozen the other, really.
that way. No, they're not overlapping us.
What do you guys like?
I think the end.
Just trying to pick a turn. I think it's been a head scratcher coming this way to get one in there.
You okay with this one?
Yeah,
let's go.
I don't think
To
it's
be careful here. She's definitely out in the good stuff here. And,
now.
you know, after watching the last one die, the sweepers are going to want to be aggressive. And it's easy to oversweep it in this spot, in my opinion. Could play the double. But that leaves the full 8 foot for Jennifer, which she doesn't miss too many of those when she needs it.
You don't expect 2 in a row to be missed either.
Maybe just a broom width less, but not much less.
So I need to give
They
you
were
more?
heavy, so I
Thought I
thought
gave you what I wanted.
13.9, so it's a hair quicker.
Let's go. You got it. Yeah, your weight was good on last one.
This is out where there's a bit of a hill. It's going to have to keep it out there for quite a while because it will finish.
Final stolen for Saskatchewan here in this 9-9 tie, playing an extra. Great opportunity here to wrap it around. So overlap Stone sitting top of the 8 foot. Schneider and Kalinchuk gotta go. And no, they waited and somehow it just won't, and she won't even have to throw it. Team Canada will find their way into the Sunday final of this year's Scotties. 10-9 the final. And the 3-time defending champions are 1 win away from making it 4 in a row.
Well, or if we did earlier, I guess, if I would have had.
Saskatchewan will now play in the semi-final against the winner of Ontario and Nova Scotia. And that's the next game when we join you Saturday at 11 Eastern. And that'll be noon local time here in Charlottetown. Rachel Holman against Heather Smith-Dacey from the Mayflower in Halifax. Jennifer Jones is into Sunday's final. And the #1 seed now falls into the semi. Until we talk with you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. The Scotties is here on Canada Sports Leader TSN. Sports Center is next.
Pretty.